92.9 The Bull.
Test 1 2, test. Alrighty, we were having some technical difficulties there, but welcome in once again to Free State Firebird Football Stadium right here on 92.9 The Bull, as your 5-seed Lawrence Free State Firebirds are taking on the 12-seed Olathe West Owls. My name is Daniel Corrad, alongside my broadcast partner Craig Hershiser. We have a good one for you today as we kick off the KSHSAA football playoffs right here at Free State Firebird Football Stadium. Big time win last week for the Firebirds as they knock off Lawrence High School 24-14. I know, Craig, you were on the call for as a color analyst for that game.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about how that game went down, knowing that, you know, this Lawrence High team, they were a very good team with Banks Bowen and Taj Edwards, but this Lawrence Free State team prevailed in the end.
Yeah, I thought obviously it was a very close game throughout the first half. And then Free State came out in the second half, shut Lawrence High out for the entire half, wound up winning 24-14. And in the process, 3 touchdowns and an Ishkandrani field goal of 50 yards, Daniel. And so that accounts for the final margin. I was so impressed defensively by the Firebirds. And I know I just said they scored 3 touchdowns, but defensively I just thought they were wonderful in just in terms of corralling that offense of Lawrence High's in the second half. I thought they showed a lot of discipline with their pass rush and in terms of keeping Bowen in front of them and not rushing the field up beyond him where he could maybe break something loose on a scramble or a quarterback run. And Banks made some plays, but the secondary for Free State played extremely well, and again, just a really gritty performance offensively. What with Noah Simpson going out in the first half with an injury, they had to adjust on the fly, with their run game. Baker came back after missing, I think, 2 games, maybe 2.5 games, and he came back and played pretty well at the quarterback spot. So just an overall good win.
Yeah, absolutely it was, and a big time getting Boston Baker back in the game as well as Noah Simpson. Noah Simpson actually went back out with an injury in that Lawrence High game, but Boston Baker coming back for the Lawrence High game, the city showdown, with a broken wrist, believe it or not. He was out for a couple weeks, decided to come back. That shows kind of grit and determination there by Boston Baker, wanting to get back out there with his team as the Firebirds are about ready to run out of the tunnel. I'll go ahead and go through the starting lineups here for the Firebirds. Coming in at left tackle, you got Braden Wilms, and Braden Wilms is the kind of guy who should be up for some 6A, 6A all team, 6A all Sunflower League, that kind of thing. Talking to Coach Kevin Stewart on Firebird Fifth Quarter on Wednesday, he's really high on Braden Wilms, 6'8", 275 pounds. Coming in at left guard, Alex Risley, he's 6'3", 260-pound senior. At the center position, you got number 79, Hiram Kahungra. He's a 6'1", 260-pound senior. He's the only non-returning starter on this offensive line for the Firebirds coming back from last year. Number 64 at right guard, you got Reese Worley. He's a 6'1", 265-pound senior. At right tackle, you have number 71, Lawson Brungert. He is a 6'4", 280-pound senior. Moving over to the wide receivers, you got number 3, Landon Leipold, son of Kansas head football coach Lance Leipold. He's a 6', 180-pound senior. he's playing the X receiver over at the Z receiver position. You got Braylon Preston. Braylon Preston had a big-time 41-yard grab last week in the city showdown against Lawrence High. 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Starting at quarterback, you got Boston Baker coming back from an injury, from a left wrist injury. He played last week. He's going to be playing this week. I saw him out there running around in warm-ups. Did not have a cast on. I believe he had a cast on last week, but no cast today for Boston Baker, so that's big time for him. At the other wide receiver position, you got number 6, Liam Stromberg, a 6 foot, 180-pound senior. You also have number 33, Madden Brittingham. He's going to be working into that wide receiver position as well. Noah Simpson, as I said earlier, he is hurt. Number 22, Noah Simpson. So right now we're looking at number 5, Ryan Weiser, who is going to be the running back for the Firebirds. You also have Collins Mitagwa. He gets some run in as well. So there's going to be some sort of a running back by committee, if you will. Also Justice McGleese and Nez Lattimore Douglas. They're going to be moving into that running back position as well. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, starting in the secondary at the left corner position, you got number 40, Noah Rupp. He has been big time all year for the Firebirds. 6 foot 1, 170-pound senior Noah Rupp out there at the left corner position. At strong safety, you got number 18, Finn Moore, the backup quarterback as well. He came in for quarterback for the injured Boston Baker the last few weeks. He's going to be playing strong safety, 6 foot 185-pound sophomore. Noah Simpson will not be playing, so you got number 16, Preston White. He's going to be playing free safety for the Firebirds, 5'10", 160-pound senior. At the right corner position, you got number 7, 6'2", 200-pound senior Ethan Prescott. Moving towards the middle of this defense at the strong side linebacker, you got number 15, Crow Bengoa. He is an athlete last year, led the team in tackles last year with 92 tackles, 6 foot 210-pound senior Crow Bengoa. Middle linebacker, you got Parker Moore, 6'2", 220-pound senior. He is a Wyoming commit right now, going to play football at the next level. At the will linebacker position, you got Draven Samuel, number 14. He's a 6'2", 215-pound junior. Moving up to the front line on this defensive side of the ball, you got number 87, Blaine Larkin. He's been big time getting pressure on those quarterbacks all year, 6'4", 220 pounds. At the nose tackle position, you got number 55, Hiram Vayona. He's going to be another guy who's in consideration for the, all 6A teams, all state teams, all Sunflower League teams. Hiram Vayona, 6'2", 290-pound senior. At defensive tackle, you have number 52, Garrison Otis. He's a 6'2", 210-pound sophomore. And coming off the other edge, you have number 37, Havea Hafoka. He has been big time for the Firebirds all year long. I feel like every time I'm calling the game, I'm calling out his name on those big plays. 6'2", 205-pound senior. And at the kicker and the punter position, you got Yusuf Ishkandrani, who is another guy who should be in consideration for those all-state, all 6A teams.
Yes.
But in my years of watching high school football, I've never seen a kicker be able to kick it out of the back of the end zone as consistently as he has. So that is your starting lineups for the Free State Firebirds. Is there anybody who you kind of want to highlight right now, Craig, in terms of who you think is going to have a big game?
Well, I don't know who's going to have a big game, but I will mention a couple of guys. Bengoa, you mentioned 92 tackles a year ago. He comes into tonight's game with 80. So, he could well match or pass his tackle total tonight, or if they win next week. And Parker Moore at linebacker, as you mentioned, a big player on the defense. 8 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, but he has also been carrying the football the last couple of weeks, and we've seen him in this run-heavy package when they put this big formation out there, where Parker has run the football quite a bit. But also last week, he actually lined up in a running back position in their conventional offensive sets. So for the season, he has 29 carries and 159 yards, over 5.5 yards a carry.
Wow.
So I don't know if we'll see him at running back tonight, with Noah out, but that's certainly something to look for. And then, of course, offensively, I just think we're going to see some plays out of those wide receivers. Excuse me. Certainly, Braylon Preston, he's kind of their big play guy at receiver. And,
right.
And we see Brittingham also make quite a few big plays on the offensive side of the football. So So, you know what? Let's line it up and go. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it as well. Madden Brittingham, obviously, it has been big time. A lot of big plays out of the sophomore, number 33. Madden Brittingham, as the captains are out there at midfield right now being addressed by the referees, getting ready for the coin flip. About 2:10 left to go before this game goes ahead and gets started. We'll go ahead and take a timeout here. When we come back, we will be bringing you live action of Free State Firebirds versus the Olathe West Owls in the first round of the KSHSAA football playoffs. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Sometimes it's good to be very picky, like when you choose the auto repair shop that works on your car. A few months ago, a driver backed right into the passenger side of my vehicle. Luckily, I was okay, but the car was not. I needed a collision repair shop I could trust to repair my car, handle claims, and make a reservation for a loaner vehicle. I called Pearson Collision Repair, voted best of Lawrence. Turn to Pearson Collision Repair when in need, but don't tell them I said they are picky, because they like to be referred to as the auto repair experts.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to Pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScottCleaners.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium right here on 92.9. The Bull is the 5 seed. Lawrence Free State is taking on the 12 seed Olathe West, and they actually played each other earlier on in the year. Lawrence Free State beat Olathe West 30-13 in a sort of one-sided affair there for the Firebirds. Olathe West, they won the toss. They decided to defer, so we will be seeing Free State take this ball and receive it. Looks like back to receive is number 33, Madden Brittingham, as well as those metallic numbers on the jerseys aren't exactly the best for for a sportscaster up
Dan,
here.
you mentioned that the Free State won this game earlier in the year, 30-13. So the coach's biggest worry is, of course, you hope your team is taking this opponent seriously tonight.
Absolutely. And here's the kick. It is picked up by the Firebirds. Braylon Preston, it looks like, as he comes out to the 40, the 45. It gets knocked out around the 44-yard line. Good field position there for the Firebirds, as that was Braylon Preston returning the ball. Kind of a low bouncing, almost a squib kick there to Braylon Preston as he was back to receive. And the Firebirds will kick things off here in the first round of the 6A football playoffs, as Boston Baker is out there at the quarterback position. He is in the pistol position, and it looks like Ryan Weiser will be starting off the game at the running back spot. 3 receivers over to the far side of the field, 1 receiver to the near side as he sends his running back in motion. Shotgun, here's the snap, fakes the handoff, throws a screen pass out to Madden Brittingham, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a yard there out to the 45-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 9.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down. Ball spotted at the 40.
Gain of 1. 11:37 left to go in this first quarter of action. 3 receivers to the near side of the ball. As Boston Baker's in the shotgun, here's the snap, looking over. The pass is caught at around 5 yards downfield, caught by Liam Stromberg. Out to the 50-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards there, bringing up 3rd down and 4 for the Firebirds. Change of personnel here for the Firebirds.
Here comes that run-heavy package.
Sort of that jumbo package we saw a couple weeks ago, which is something interesting. I talked to Kevin Stewart about that, head coach Kevin Stewart. He said that was something that he just thought up, and he really liked the idea of, having sort of an extra blocker kind of in the backfield. Here's that heavy set as a direct snap to Weiser. He busts open. He's at the other 40, and he goes down to the 36-yard line.
First down.
And looks like the ball carry on that one was, well, it looks like number 0, which cannot be right. I believe actually that was number 6, Liam Stromberg. taking the ball for the first down as they are inside Owl territory at the 36-yard line, bringing up first down and 10. Here's the snap and the handoff to Weiser as he goes upfield, gets a gain of 7 yards down at the 28-yard line. Bringing up second down and 3 there for the Firebirds. A good hard run up the middle there by Weiser.
Well, so far you like what you're seeing out of that senior-heavy offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. That offensive line, they brought back almost every single starter except for the center, Hiram Kahungra. He's also a senior. He's 6 foot, 260-pound senior, but certainly a all-Sunflower caliber offensive line. Here's a swing pass out to the right sideline. And it looks like he is right at the sticks, and they are going to give it to him.
That yard is good enough for a free state Firebirds first down.
And it looks like it's going to be first down and 10 from the 26-yard line.
First and 10 Firebirds.
Pass caught by Madden Brittingham. 3 receivers out to the far side of the field. The far side, the long side. 1 receiver out to the near side, the short side. Brings his running back in motion. Here's a snap to Baker as he looks over the middle and finds Landon Leipold over the middle. Brought down at about the 12-yard line there. Big-time catch there by Landon Leipold.
Leipold had to climb the ladder a little bit to pull that down, and he caught it in traffic. So nice job getting up. 2 hands secure the football. I was thinking about rebounding. Secure the football in traffic, bringing it down for another first down.
And it looked like Olathe West was maybe running a sort of a zone-type defense right there. So they're definitely trying to find the soft spots in those zones. And Landon Leipold certainly did that. And we're bringing out this jumbo package once again as Hiram Vayono is out there in the backfield. Here's a snap and the handoff goes up the middle. Did not get a whole lot there. Maybe a gain of about 1.5 yards. The direct snap was to Parker Moore, the Wyoming commit, to play linebacker. It looks like the handoff was to number 3, Landon Leipold. Bringing up second down and 9. Inside the red zone, they're at the 10-yard line. For the Firebirds, it looks like they're sticking with this jumbo package here. As here's some motion. Here's the direct snap to Parker Moore. He's trying to find an edge, and he bursts forward into the end zone. And just short of the end zone, just short of the end zone, goes down at the 1-yard line.
That yard is good enough for a free state Firebirds first down.
First down Firebirds, first down and goal at the 1-yard line for the Firebirds.
1-yard line, first and goal Firebirds.
As it looks like they're still bringing out that jumbo package. Hiram Vayono still in the backfield. Direct snap to Parker Moore, and there is laundry out on the field. We will see what this flag is. Offsides on the defense. So that will bring them just that much closer to the end zone. Not a whole lot closer because they're at the 1-yard line.
Well, half-yard line.
So inside the 1, and they're going to maintain this. They're going to keep this formation. And my money's on Parker Moore carrying the football.
I would say so, too. They're going to keep this formation, like you said. They also have Krobin-Goa in the backfield as well. Krobin-Goa and Parker Moore. And it is a direct snap to Krobin-Goa. And as he gets in, he finds an edge, and he is in for the touchdown. Krobin-Goa. Direct snap to the athlete, self-proclaimed athlete, as he said one time on a Firebird 5th quarter. And just a well-executed play there, and I'm starting to like this jumbo package, Craig.
Well, yeah, we saw it, 3 weeks ago maybe, and they've continued to use it in game situations, and they get better and better as the season goes on. So, yeah, you got to love it. And Krobin-Goa is pretty excited about scoring his first touchdown of the year.
I would say so, absolutely, as the kick from Ishkandrani is good through the upright. 7-0. Firebirds lead it with 7:31 left to go in this first quarter of play. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Get your home back to pristine condition with Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas. With the kids back in school, it's the perfect time for carpet cleaning. Our IICRC certified experts ensure your carpets and upholstery are free from germs and grime. Download the Neighborly app or call Rainbow Restoration at 785-371-2400 to easily connect with us and schedule your service today. Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas, because it's not done until it's done right.
92.9 The Boat.
Welcome back into Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull as Krobengoa gets the half-yard touchdown, rushing touchdown, his first of the season, putting the Firebirds up 7-0, 7:31 left to go in the first quarter of action. As Ishkandrani is setting the ball on the tee. As the Firebirds are ready to kick this ball off, and a great offensive stand there by the Firebirds leading up to that touchdown by Krobengoa. Here's Ishkandrani. Here's the kick as it goes out of the back of the end zone once again for Ishkandrani, meaning that the Olathe West Owls will be taken over at the 20-yard line.
You know, Ishkandrani has been, in my mind, so important to this team all season because the other team's offense, whoever it is, you know, week by week, they're almost always starting on the 20 because they have no chance for a kick return.
Right.
And you notice, you know, Free State, you know, they frequently have very good field position from their return team. So just in terms of field position, how long your drive has to be in order to score, it just makes a huge difference. And with this defense, as good as they are, the other team having to go 80 yards to score, Daniel, that's a challenge.
It is a challenge for sure. As Cameron Cruz is going to be the starting quarterback for the Owls. Here's a snap and a handoff up the middle to number 19,
Man,
Josh Foland.
good push, Olathe West.
He does get a push there. Gets a push of about 7 yards, bringing up second down, and it's going to be 8 yards. Rush there by the junior running back, Josh Foland, number 19, bringing up second down and 2 at the 28-yard line for the Olathe West Owls. As they're going kind of a bunch group here with 2 wide receivers out to the far side of the field, but they are pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Attached tight end, here's a snap, handoff to Foland. Once again, he is met in the backfield. Big time hit Parker Moore as he is thrown backwards by number 8, Parker Moore, the Wyoming commit. A big-time stop there by Parker Moore.
From his middle linebacker position, Moore comes up, penetrates the line of scrimmage, meets the ball carrier in the backfield, loss of 1. Then some of his buddies came to help out.
Talk about setting the tone, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Parker Moore, like I said, the Wyoming commit, a big-time player for the Firebirds this entire year. As the Owls are coming out a little bit wider of a set now. Here's the snap to Cruz. Cruz is looking over the middle, and it is through the hands of number 8, Cash Warren. The sophomore inside linebacker / wide receiver.
Pretty good coverage there by Bengoa. Still, though, through the hand, like you said, through the hands of the receiver, it was catchable. It was catchable. That would have been a first down, but you know, that tight coverage by Bengoa, that might have been just enough to throw off the concentration there of Olathe West.
I think it was just enough, bringing up fourth down. The Owls are going to be punting from the 27-yard line. Back to receive is the Firebirds. Here's the snap. The punt is off. Barreling forward, bounces at the 40, and bounces out at around the 29-yard line. A good bounce there by the Owls, putting the Firebirds back into their own territory. Back to receive that ball was number 9, Braylon Preston, who had the impressive kickoff return to open up this game.
So a 3 and out. Defense did their job. Forced the punt from Olathe West. Maybe not quite as good a field position as you might hope out of that, but still taking over on their 32. The offense, we'll see what they have for this drive.
We certainly will see what they have as Boston Baker is back out there for the Firebirds at quarterback. As the referees are tossing a ball around. 3 wide receivers out to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side of the field. Pistol formation here for the Firebirds. Moves Weiser back up right beside him. As here's a snap. Looking over Catch caught by Braylon Preston behind the line of scrimmage as he bursts through. He's at the 50 and he gets pushed out at the 50-yard line. A great job there by Braylon Preston finding an open lane for the gain of about 17 yards.
So if you wonder why Free State runs that play so often, that's why. You'll notice it's almost always to Preston, who is their big play guy at the receiver position. He was just a step or two from breaking that all the way.
He's at a couple 100-plus yard games as they're at the 47-yard line inside Owl territory. Here's the snap, handoff to Weiser. Weiser bursts forward for a gain of about 7 yards there.
Man, it's nice to see Weiser get off to this good start. He's been nicked up this season, too, and he's missed some games. And really, you know, as a senior, he's had pretty limited carries, which is unfortunate, but looking good here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that shows you how deep they were at the running back room because Noah Simpson, their original starting running back, is out. And Ryan Weiser, he's stepping up to the plate for sure. As here's the snap, fakes the handoff, throws over to the right side of the field. Here's Landon Leipold at the 40, at the 35, hit at the 35, pushed backwards. That's going to be good enough for a first down for the Firebirds.
First down.
All right, brings up first down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Good enough for the first down by Landon Leipold.
First and 10 Firebirds.
And a great job there by Leipold getting open and cutting it upfield. Good enough to get past the sticks there. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side. As here's a snap, Boston Baker handoff to Weiser as he pushes forward once again for a gain of about 4 yards there. And a great job there by Weiser.
Well, we compliment Weiser, but boy, we got a little tip of the hat to the offensive line.
Oh yeah.
They're controlling the line of scrimmage right now, and so much of it falls on their shoulders. You know, the success of this team offensively really starts with those guys up front.
It absolutely does. Here's the snap, looking over to for a screen pass. He's flushed out of the pocket, and Boston Baker has to get rid of the ball. That was great pressure there by number 5, James Dorsey, senior defensive lineman, 6'1", 195 pounds, getting pressure, bursting through, getting that penetration on that really good Free State Firebird offensive line, what we were just talking about. Brings up third down.
Okay, no flag.
Oh, there was a flag on the play. They decided to pick up the flag on the play.
Yeah, I wonder if the initial thought was intentional grounding, but a couple of officials get together, talk it over, pick up the flag, and we move on.
3rd down and 7 for the Firebirds at the 32-yard line. 31-yard line, excuse me. Here's a snap to Baker. Baker's looking downfield, and he finds a man at the 19-yard line, Braylon Preston. And as you said before, he's the big play guy. Yeah. He's the guy that they look for all the time whenever they need something big.
You know, and he had a quiet game last week. I thought that if anybody would break this game open for the Firebirds a week ago against Lawrence High, it would be Preston. But he had a fairly quiet game, and, you know, the other guys got it done. So he's off to a good start tonight.
As there is a timeout called by Olathe West, we'll go ahead and take it with them. Firebirds are up 7-0, 4:01 left to go in this first quarter of action. Be sure to stay tuned. We got more action coming your way. Free State Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
What is all the racket down there?
Whether you struggle with dental anxiety or are interested in learning more about the benefits of sedation dentistry, the team at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry is here to help.
I'm Jamie. I was very anxious about the dentist. I hadn't been in a very long time. I went to Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry and saw Dr. Welding. And from the moment I walked in, it was just a calm. They made me feel super comfortable. I had a great experience, and I won't go anywhere else.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most.
92.9 The Bull.
Okay.
Welcome back into Free State Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull as the Firebirds are up 7-0, 4:01 left to go in this first quarter of action. A great showing by the student section, by the way, all having some glow sticks around their heads and their necks. A great showing in general as this home side of the stands is packed.
Where's our glow sticks?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we didn't get the memo. At the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Firebirds. Boston Baker trying to do a hard count as there is a flag out there on the play. It could have got him. Encroachment, offsides. on the Owls. That's going to put the Firebirds even deeper into the red zone. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty there for the Firebirds. So now they're going to take over at the 8-yard line. First down and 5 at the 8-yard line. Or excuse me, the 12-yard line. 8-yard line. The 12-yard line.
It's all good, man. We've had a long day, right?
Exactly. As here's Baker as he throws to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Great coverage there by number 23, Vaughn Overton. The junior defensive back was all over Liam Stromberg, the wide receiver for the Firebirds, bringing us second down and 5 from the 12-yard line. As it looks like Parker Moore is going to be going in on this offense. And you got to think, yep, we're going to see it once again. This jumbo package here with Hiram Vayono. By the way, how would you like to see Hiram Vayono lined up as a fullback coming on a bend block?
Yeah, not tops on my list.
Direct snap to Parker Morris. He hands it off to Braylon Preston, and he is in for the touchdown. Free State Firebirds. Braylon Preston with a 12-yard touchdown carry with a handoff from Parker Moore out of that jumbo set. And it seems like that jumbo set has been working like cake for them.
And, you know, we've seen it evolve a little bit. Early on, it was Parker Moore. I mean, if he got the snap, he was going to carry it. So now we've seen him hand off 2, maybe 3 times. So they're mixing it up a little bit, and I like to see that.
As Ishkandrani gets ready for the kick. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights.
And the kick is good.
As the Earl Lawrence Free State Firebirds are up 14-0 with 3:51 left to go in this first quarter of action. We'll go ahead and take a timeout right here. We'll be back with more Free State Firebird football action right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Life can get busy, and sometimes accidents can happen. Don't let spilling coffee on your nice outfit ruin your week. We have all been there. And guess what? Scotch Cleaners provides the quickest, most convenient dry cleaning service to get you looking brand new again. Looking clean and professional is what matters the most, whether you're in the office or meeting on Zoom. Keep clean even when you have accidents. Protect your wardrobe investment with Scotch Cleaners. Scotch Cleaners dry cleaning service has 9 locations around Northeast Kansas, with 4 locations in Lawrence and 5 in Topeka. Stop by now.
92.9 The Bull.
Firebirds are up 14-0. 3:51 left to go in the first quarter of action for Lawrence Free State Firebird football as they're taking on the Olathe West Owls right here on 92.9 The Bull. As Braylon Preston has a 12-yard rushing touchdown out of the jumbo package that we've seen so much of. And it seems to be working like a dream for this Free State Firebird team. As Ishkandrani gets it ready for the kick, and their offense is looking very, very good, at least for these first 2 offensive drives that the Firebirds have had. As here is the kick, Ishkandrani. It is up, and it is through the back of the end zone. Meaning the Owls will take back over at the 20-yard line. And we'll see if their defense can make another big-time stop here. The Free State Firebirds defense, because they held them to a 3-and-out on their first offensive drive of the game. As the Owls are coming back out there on the field, Cameron Cruz is the starting quarterback for the Owls. As they have an attached tight end. Looks like number 26, Juju Kinney, is in the backfield. As here's the snap, fakes the handoff. Cruz wants to run it, and he is met.
Oh, boy.
And he throws the ball backwards behind him. And he was met hard.
Wow.
Off of that edge. That was number 15, Krobin Goa, pushing him backwards. Cameron Cruz threw the ball kind of behind them, trying to get the ball away. And I believe it did go past the line of scrimmage, so I don't think that's intentional grounding. But an interesting move, maybe a high IQ football move there.
Well, you know,
dangerous move.
He was moving forward, then he turned around to reverse his field, and that's where he lost his yardage. And then then to dump the ball that way, fortunate. It's just a loss of what, 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy.
And there's another big-time loss by the Owls. Number 18, Finn Moore in the backfield. Pass was completed to number 16, Mason Barnard.
That's your sophomore strong safety, Finn Moore.
Finn Moore, great job coming in for Boston Baker as a backup quarterback.
So 2 plays, a net of -7.
3rd and 17 here for the Olathe West Owls after 2 big-time plays were broken up. Spread offense here, empty backfield as Cameron Cruz gets ready to take the snap. Here's a snap, looking downfield. There's pressure there. Blaine Larkin wraps him up as he throws the ball away. Incomplete pass, bringing up 4th down for the Owls. Blaine Larkin did a great job there getting pressure on him. But again, Cameron Cruz able to get the ball out just in the nick of time, but it doesn't really matter because that brings up 4th down and 17.
We see Larkin so many times in the other team's backfield. He has 2 sacks and 6 tackles for loss this season.
Wow.
And he just
should have been another sack.
He barely missed his 3rd sack. Man.
Yeah, Blaine Larkin and Havea Havoka coming off those edges. They have been lights out all year. 4th and 17. Here's a snap, and the punt is up. It's a high punt, but it is out of bounds, and that is going to give the Firebirds great field position and went out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
So there, I think we see the effects of stress. Okay, your punter comes on. It's 4th and 17. The offense has lost yards on 3 straight plays, and he's probably feeling like, well, I need to nail a good one here. And so then timing's off, rhythm's off, and he winds up with a, let's just say, a substandard effort. Yeah.
I would agree with you there, Craig, as the Firebirds are going to take back over at the 33-yard line. Well inside Owl territory, not exactly how the Owls, anticipated on starting this game. 2:23 left to go in this first quarter of action. Firebirds are up 14-0.
Couldn't have started any better for the Firebirds or any worse for Olathe.
That's absolutely right. As Boston Baker sends his running back, right behind him. Here's a snap, looking downfield as he finds a man downfield. That is number 13. Touchdown, Lawrence Free State Firebirds, Braden Blanchard. The 6'4", 215-pound wide receiver. A huge play there, a 33-yard touchdown pass, a 1-play drive there for the Firebirds.
It's like Baker thought, okay, I don't want to get 5 and 6 yards and have that run-heavy package come in, so let's just throw a touchdown pass, okay? I said it couldn't have started any better for Free State. Well, it just did.
It just did. You're absolutely right. It got better. We didn't think it could get better, but it certainly got better there for the Firebirds. A 33-yard touchdown to Braden Blanchard, the wide receiver from Boston Baker. Firebirds up 20-0. 2:15 left to go in this first quarter of action. And like you said, could not have started better for the Firebirds. Big time there, a 1-play drive off of a punt that went off of the foot of the Owls, giving the Firebirds very good field position.
So Boston Baker to Braden Blanchard. Yeah. So we have B squared twice.
Yeah. Quadruple B.
Yeah.
Quadruple B there for the touchdown for the Firebirds.
English teachers notice those kind of things.
Right, that's right, yeah. As it looks like there's a little bit of a stoppage in play here, but they are getting ready to get set as Ishkandrani getting ready to kick this ball. As here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights once again. No doubt about it. Ishkandrani nails the extra point, 21-0. Firebirds lead this one. 2:15 left to go in the first quarter of action. Can you believe this, Craig?
Okay, so honestly, as I was driving to the game tonight, I started to think about Free State coming off a big win against Lawrence High. So you worry a little bit about a letdown, and then you think they're playing a team that they beat earlier, 30-13, and so then you think, okay, so maybe they're overlooking or looking to be past this opponent. So, the coach in me, the worrier part of,
Right.
my coaching career, those are the kinds of things I was wondering about, but evidently no concern.
No concern whatsoever. A one-play, 33-yard drive there for the Firebirds. The Firebirds have been perfect this entire game. The Olathe West Owls, not so much. They have been held to 2 3-and-outs, having to punt both times. And this Firebird team coming out hot on offense. We'll see if the defense can stop them once again, as this Firebird team is coming out to kick this ball.
Looks like there's a penalty assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, it looks like there is a penalty assessed on the kickoff, so they will be kicking off from the 25-yard line. So this is going to be maybe the first kickoff of the year that doesn't go out of the back of the end zone for Ish Kandrani, but I won't put anything past him.
So, I just got word that this penalty evidently was a celebration in the end zone.
Gotcha.
Maybe we were celebrating too much ourselves and missed it.
That could be. And I know they've hammered down on that pretty hard at the high school ranks. As here's the kick from Ish Kandrani. Kick is up, and the kick goes out of bounds around the 23-yard, or excuse me, the 18-yard line. Getting my numbers all mixed up here. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So that will give the Owls decent field position here. As the Owls are going to take over at what looks to be the 35-yard line. So 15-yard penalty after the ball goes out of bounds on the kickoff.
All right, so back-to-back penalties on the Firebirds result in the Owls getting their best field position to start their drive here on the 35.
That's right. But if we've seen anything out of this defense from the Firebirds, if they continue to make the stands that they have. And it looks like there's another penalty that's going to move them backwards even more so. So this is going to be a 30-yard penalty on this kickoff by the Firebirds. So the Olathe West Owls are going to be taking over at the 50-yard line. So this is not exactly what you want, where you want to be if you're the Firebirds right now, digging yourself a hole already. As the Olathe West Owls are going to be taking over at the 50-yard line. Clustered wide receivers in the middle. Here's the snap and the handoff up the middle to number 19, Josh Foland, as he gets a gain of about 5 yards down at the Lawrence Free State 45-yard line. The first time that the Owls have been inside Free State Firebird territory this entire game. 2nd down and 5 to go for this Olathe West Owls team. 1:48 left to go in the first quarter. Clock is winding. Tight set once again for the Owls. Brings a man in motion. Here's a handoff, fakes a handoff as Cruz finds an edge, and he gets the first down out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So he gets the first down. First down and 10 for the Olathe West Owls at the 39-yard line. As Cameron Cruz finds an edge over on the far side of the field. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the ball. Here's the snap. Handoff to Foland once again as he tries to push forward, and he gets pushed backwards, gets a gain of about 2 yards there. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Firebirds. Garrison Otis on the tackle there. He's been big time for that front defensive line as well. We talk a lot about Havea Hafoka and Blaine Larkin and Hiram Payono, obviously, but Garrison Otis, sort of the unsung hero of this front line for the Firebirds. 2nd down and 8. As a sort of a tight set once again, brings a man in motion, hands off up the middle, and he is at the 30-yard line, goes down at about the 26-yard line. Josh Folan once again, and the Firebirds are having trouble taking him down.
So West has found success running pretty much straight ahead. Their first snap, they ran a play for 5 yards up the middle. Then they ran the quarterback Cruz off the edge after the play action again up the middle. But he finds the edge, and now they've gone 2 straight again up the middle. So now here, more or less knocking on the door here from 26.
They are knocking on the door here. 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Owls. 22 seconds left to go in this first quarter of action. Clock is winding down, 19 seconds. As here's the snap, looking over, and he is met in the backfield. Finn Moore with a big-time hit there on number 16, Mason Barnard. Great coverage there by the backup quarterback and the strong safety, Finn Moore, with an excellent job getting in the backfield, being disruptive, making sure that pass falls incomplete. 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
What a read there as he reads, he reads the route, beats the block, and then comes up and hits the receiver perfectly right on time as the ball arrives.
And a great job there. He's done that again. He's done that before in this game as well. Finn Moore met him in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Folan. Once again, he breaks a tackle. He's over at the 20-yard line, gets down at about the, well, didn't seem to think he was down, but I believe the referees blew their whistle right at the yard to gain. Nope, it's going to be about 1 yard shy. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for this Owls team at the 18-yard line. Excuse me, the 17-yard line. And that will bring a close to this first quarter of action. Firebirds are up 21-0, as the Firebirds have been perfect on offense this entire game. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back with more Firebird action right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks?
Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCST podcast anywhere you get your podcast to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show, every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, KLWN.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castled in Lawrence.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Free State Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull. Second quarter of action is underway. Firebirds are up 21-0. 3rd down and 1 at the 17-yard line for the Owls. Here's a handoff up the middle. He is met by that big defensive line. Blaine Larkin and Hiram Vayono met him, and I don't believe he got it. That's going to bring up 4th down and 1. What a big-time stop there by that defensive front line by the Firebirds.
So there's really no decision here for Olathe West. I mean, they almost have to go for it.
4th down.
Cameron Cruz under center here for the Olathe West Owls as they go for it, and he pushes forward and he gets to the line again, and that will move those sticks. Yep, they're moving the sticks. 1st down, Olathe West Owls.
That's a nice job by the quarterback Cruz, because he didn't have it initially, but he bounced off and moved to his right a little bit, kept his feet moving, got just enough for a 1st down.
Yep, he did. He found a hole. Ran into the offensive line there at the line of scrimmage. Was able to find a hole. Here's a snap, handoff to Folan once again, as there's a flag on the play. Penalty is on the Owls. So that'll push them back. I didn't manage to see what the penalty was. I don't know if it was. I believe it was makes sense if it was a false start. Be a dead ball foul. So that's going to push them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line for the Owls. Just when they thought that they were getting some momentum, get pushed back here. 1st and 15. 4 wide receivers out to the far side of the field, a cluster in the middle. As here's a snap. Cruz wants to take. He takes it up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards there, all the way up to the 16-yard line. As, they spot him. There's only a gain of 2 yards there. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 13 for the Owls. 10:08 left to go in this game. Firebirds are up 21, not in the game, excuse me, in the half. 10:01 left to go in the half. Firebirds up 21-0. Here's the snap, another flag on the play. False start on the Olathe West Owls. And if Olathe West wants to take advantage here, they're going to have to stop getting those penalties, pushing them back farther. Now they are out of the red zone.
Yeah, they had a good thing going, Daniel, but a couple of procedure penalties and pretty much negating their momentum. Looking at 2nd and 18 now.
Yeah, 2nd and 18 for the Owls. Here's a snap. Here's the throw over to Folan. Folan bouncing it back. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and he gets put down at about the 12-yard line, I believe. 13-yard line. It's a great job there by Folan. Catching the screen pass, bouncing it back inside for a gain of 6.
So kind of an old school play there, hitting your running back, swinging out of the backfield, picks up 11 yards.
Yeah, 11.
Puts him in 3rd and 7. Basically, now Olathe West is in 4 downs to make 7-yard territory.
3rd and 7 for the Owls. Here's a snap to Cruz. Cruz looking over the middle. He finds a man at the 10-yard line. He pushes forward, goes down at about the 7. He's short of the sticks. That's going to bring up 4th down and 3 to go for the Owls. Now, if you're the Owls here, you're down 21-0. Do you take the points, or do you have to go for it? You
go for it.
I agree with you here. 8:33 left to go in this first half of action.
If that had been a stop for no gain, then yeah, if you've got a kicker, then go ahead and kick your field goal, get some points. But I think at this point, they're calling it 4th and 2. That's a long 2. So 4th and 3.
Yeah, 4th and 3 here. 2 attached tight ends, sends a man in motion. Here's the snap. Looking, screen pass, touchdown, Olathe
really nice.
West. Number 26, Eli Abels, sophomore running back, 5'10", 170 pounds, a little screen pass, little short pass there.
Yeah, really nice play. Well designed, well executed. They had everybody in tight, and they roll the quarterback out just enough, just a little bit, and they hit the running back there out there. And he all he had to do is catch it and run into the end zone.
As the kick is up, and it is good. As the Owls get their first points on the board, Free State still leads 21-7 here.
Your score, Free State 21.
As there's 8:06 left to go in this first half of action. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back with more Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Kurt Gieser, State Farm Agency, understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser, State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Live camera. Welcome back into Free State Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull. My name is Daniel Courtwright alongside my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser. As the Owls just scored, scores 21-7. Eli Abels scored the touchdown for the Owls. Here's the kickoff. Madden Brittingham, he finds a hole. He's at the 30-yard line all the way down to the 35-yard line. A great job there by Madden Brittingham taking that ball out of their own red zone, getting them pretty good field position here.
You know, we talk about Preston being their big play guy, and he is, and he has been all season, but Brittingham is right there with him in his ability to break long runs and create big plays. So we've seen this before from him on kick returns, getting his team out in good field position. Free State taking over here on the 35.
35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Firebirds, as there's 3 wide receivers to the near side. Boston Baker brings his running back right beside him. Here is the snap, and the pass is caught at the 40-yard line for a gain of 5 by Liam Stromberg. And it's good to see Boston Baker back out there. Obviously missed a couple weeks with a wrist injury, and Finn Moore did a great job filling in for Boston Baker, but they're adding that wrinkle back into the game, being able to pass the ball downfield, utilizing that pass game even more. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff over the middle to Landon Leipold. He caught the ball at the 45-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down. Great snag there by Landon Leipold over the middle.
Right on the yard marker. Leipold knows that distance that he needs for a first down. That's how he runs his routes. And it's the second time I think we've seen him have to go up in the air and secure the football. But again, getting up in the air, securing it, in traffic, holding on, first down.
First down, Landon Leipold. Great job finding out where the sticks are. As the Firebirds are at the 45.5-yard line is what it looks like. Here's the snap, throw to Leipold once again, and it falls out of his hands, but I believe the ball was incomplete. I don't think he had possession long enough, as he was met hard by an Olathe West defender. Bringing up 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. 6:51 left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds are up 21-7. And Leipold has been so good all year at being able to snag those balls, but was not able to hang on there. 2nd down and 10. 3 wide receivers to the near side of the ball. Here's the snap. Baker steps back. He's trying to find a man. It is batted up in the air and falls incomplete, as there was 2 Olathe West defenders almost able to make an interception there. Was number 14, Jake Abels, and number 23, Vaughn Overton. Pass was intended for number 9, Braylon Preston, who has been big time all year, but heavily guarded there downfield, bringing up 3rd down and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Pretty tight window right there. It almost looked like Baker had settled on who he wanted to throw to, from the very beginning.
Here's the snap. Boston Baker sits back. Madden Brittingham catches the ball. He's at the 50. He's at the 45. He is still on his feet. He is brought down at the 40-yard line for a gain of 15 yards. Madden Brittingham. And there he is once again.
Yep.
Always has one of those big plays in his pocket when he needs it most.
So they started him out wide, and they kind of curled him back in. He didn't catch the ball very far downfield, but he's able to find a gap and find his blockers and run far enough for the first down.
And he was met about 2 yards behind the first down marker. He sheds a tackle, was able to get about 7 yards more. So gain of 15 there for Madden Brittingham. They're at the 40-yard line. The Firebirds, as the clock is winding down, 3 seconds left on the play clock. Got to get the snap off. Here's the snap. Hand off to Weiser. Weiser's at the 35, the 30. Barreling forward. Down at the 27-yard line. A great hard run there by Weiser as clock was running off the play clock.
Really nice job there, Weiser. Good run. Glad to see him having the success he's having tonight after the amount of game time that he's missed due to injury.
Yes, absolutely. And Noah Simpson, the original starting running back, is not in the game. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. So they're going to have to play with Weiser. Weiser has been doing a great job so far. As number 79, Hiram Kahungra, is going to be coming out of the game. Bringing in number 76, Sammy Singchan, out of Edinburgh, Texas. He's a transfer, 6'8", 300-pound junior, going to be coming in at the center position. Here's a snap, fakes a handoff, finds a man, Braylon Preston. He's at the 20-yard line, brought down at the 18-yard line, and it might be enough for a first down for the Firebirds. We'll see where the referees spot this ball. As they spotted at the 18-yard line.
And here comes that personnel package again. We see Bengoa coming onto the field to play a little offense. We see Parker Moore coming on also to set up in the backfield. So just get inside the 20, and this is the formation we're going to see.
Second down and a long one. You could even call it a 2 here. Jumbo package, direct snap to Parker Moore as he barrels forward at the 15-yard line, brought down at the 14-yard line, good for a Firebird first down. There's that jumbo package once again. And when you got a big guy like Parker Moore, a big athletic guy like Parker Moore, he is hard to bring down.
You know, that's just it. They've got that big offensive line up front doing all the work, and then you've got guys like Parker Moore and Crow Bengoa running the football. So got a bunch of hard-headed kids out there.
Absolutely, a bunch of hard-hitting kids out there. As Crow Bengoa, Parker Moore back for the snap, direct snap to Parker Moore. As he decides to keep it, he's trying to find an edge, and he gets about a gain of 2 yards there. Down at about the 11.5-yard line, maybe the 12-yard line. So that is going to bring up second down and 7. Second down and 8 for the Firebirds. Inside the red zone, 21-7 is the score. 4:03 left to go in the first half of play. They're still bringing out that jumbo package. Hiram Bayono in the backfield. Braylon Preston in the backfield. As here's a snap to who I believe was Finn Moore as he is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain there for the Firebirds. There was a direct snap to, it was not Finn Moore, I believe it was Crow Bengoa. Met at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up third down and 8 inside the red zone for the Firebirds. Again in the jumbo package here. Couple attached tight ends, a fullback, and here is a direct snap to Parker Moore, and he finds an edge, and he is going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Free State Firebirds. Parker Moore with a 13-yard rushing touchdown, quarterback design run out of that jumbo package, bringing the score to 27-7. Firebirds, 3:21 left to go in the half.
Okay, so now the first time we saw this, you and I both kind of thought, what in the world are you doing?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we really were. What is going on out there? But, you know, Kevin Stewart believes in what he believes in, and they have continued to run this, and it gets better and better. And I think, you know, the guys handling the football in the backfield have become more comfortable with it, making their reads off their blocks. And we see guys like Parker Moore and Crow Bengoa scoring touchdowns now.
Yeah, it's crazy to see. And, you know, you got two athletes like that in Crow Bengoa and Parker Moore. And you think, you know, why not? Why not give them the football? So it makes sense. That jumbo package has been certainly benefiting this Firebird team. Ish Kandrani's kick was good. So now the score is 28-7 Firebirds. And, yeah, like you said, you know, the first time we saw that, we saw, you know, what the heck are they doing? And I talked to Kevin Stewart on Wednesday at Firebird fifth quarter out at Wahlburgers inside Hy-Vee, and he told me that he thought he had seen this. It's sort of a single wing type of set, and then he said the first time that they did it on Friday, the next Sunday he saw the Chiefs do it, and they had Carson Wentz, where Hiram Bayono is, playing that sort of a fullback position. So he's joking around with some of the some of the assistant coaches saying that, hey, the Chiefs stole that from us.
So validation there for Coach Stewart, right? He sees the Chiefs running it on national TV.
Yeah, exactly. Sage Candrani's kick goes into the back of the end zone. It is caught by number 2, Tevin Gassaway, for the touchback. So the Owls, Olathe West Owls, are going to be taken over at the 20-yard line. 3:21 left to go in this first half of action. 28-7 Firebirds. And this Firebirds offense, I mean, they have been lights out the entire game. They've literally played a perfect game. They haven't not scored whenever they've had the ball.
Well, I don't think you can get a whole lot more efficient than that.
I don't think you can either.
4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
Absolutely, and the defense has been great as well. Only a couple of penalties got the Olathe West Owls into Firebird position. As here's a snap to Cruz. Cruz fakes the pass going up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards there. And Cameron Cruz, he's a good dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
He can do it on his feet. Didn't like what he saw out wide. Decided to run it up the middle for a gain of 5 yards, bringing a 2nd down and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that one play we saw in the first quarter down around their own 20 was a little janky looking, the way he spun away, ran backwards, and then threw the ball behind his back.
Yeah.
But really, he has been a pretty effective runner.
Yeah, no, it could be in some early game nerves, maybe getting to him a little bit, but he seems well composed now. As here's the snap, handoff up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and I believe that was number 26, Eli Abels, with the carry. Gain of 1 there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Olathe West Owls team. As they're bringing 4 wide receivers out to this near side of the ball, they do sort of a cluster of 3 receivers, sort of in the slot receiver position, 1 out wide, 1 running back in the backfield. As here's the clap, the snap, as he's looking downfield over the middle, and it is Eli Abels caught at the 45-yard line to the 50, the 45, down at the 38-yard line inside Firebird territory.
I think that formation gives Free State a little bit of trouble. They've got 3 receivers sort of in a triangle, and then they've got 1 further split out from that triangle. I think it really creates some coverage problems. And we see it right there as Abels was pretty much wide open.
Yeah, and did a great job finding him in the seam, too, before he got to sort of that secondary of the Firebirds. So a well-designed play there by Olathe West as they have attached tight end, brings a man in motion, and it's going to be a reverse, a pass. Cruz trying to find a man downfield, and he finds him for the touchdown. Olathe West Owls, number 18, Sam Kriskowski, downfield for a 39-yard touchdown there off of a reverse. I believe they had Cameron Cruz lined up at wide receiver, brought a man in motion, handed the ball off to him, a pitch back to Cameron Cruz, and he finds Sam Kriskowski downfield for the 39-yard touchdown pass. As here's a snap, the hold, the kick is blocked.
Smothered.
Kick is blocked by number 25 for this Free State team, Josiah Smith. He's a 5'10", 165-pound defensive back, senior. So the score is 28-13 as that extra point was blocked by the Firebirds. 1:28 left to go in this first half of action. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
For the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, here is Dr. Heck.
We have such awesome pieces here with the doctors and staff. I'm just excited and so confident that we can deliver just the best care in the best setting with the comfort and anxiety-free dentistry. You know, it's really our mission to be a safe place for families and individuals by offering world-class anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our niche. We enjoy taking good care of people.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull. Here is a short kick, bounces at the 20-yard line. Madden Brittingham picks it up. He's at the 30, pushing forward towards the 35-yard line. I don't think he'll get there at 34-yard line for Madden Brittingham, as him and Braylon Preston were back to receive the kick after a 39-yard reverse pass by this Olathe West Owls team. The score is 28-13. A minute 21 left to go in this first half of action, and we'll see if the Firebirds can put some points on the board before they go into the locker room for halftime. Twins on each side of the ball. Pistol formation for the Firebirds. Ryan Weiser in at running back. As here's a snap, a high snap as he finds Liam Stromberg out at the 39-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6 right now for the Firebirds. And a great job there by Liam Stromberg, getting open down 4 yards down the field. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Here's the snap to Boston Baker. Boston Baker looking for Stromberg once again. He is heavily guarded, and there is a flag down on the field. Defensive pass interference, presumably by number 21 for this Owls team. Number 21, David Harper, sophomore defensive back. As he just got there just a little early. Flags fly. And it will be, it seems to me that it'll be defensive pass interference. Defensive pass interference on the Olathe West Owls. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Not what the Owls wanted, because that's going to bring the Firebirds inside Owl territory. As the ball is going to be placed at the 46-yard line inside Owl territory. First down and 10.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. First and 10, Firebirds.
3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side of the field. Ryan Weiser motioning up. Here's a snap. Baker looking, finds a man, Landon Leipold, as he is brought down at the 41-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. 42-yard line for a gain of 4.
Leipold is so good at finding those openings in the secondary. And while they may not be big gainers, they're really critical just in terms of keeping the ball moving down the field.
Yeah, he's really good at finding those soft spots in that zone defense that Olathe West is playing. High IQ football player. You think he's a chip off the old block?
Yeah, I think we could say that. He has 18 receptions for the year, averaging just under 11 yards of reception.
Wow.
3 touchdowns for the season. So, so he's that guy that your quarterback finds just to keep the ball moving down the field.
Yes, absolutely. He's a good possession receiver, the kind of guy that you want whenever your quarterback's getting pressure on him. He's going to find those open spots. Second down and 6. A minute 5 left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds are up 28-13. As Firebirds are coming back out there on the field. Looks like there was a timeout there by the Firebirds. 3 wide receivers to the near side of the ball, 1 to the far side. Weiser is in at running back once again. Liam Stromberg is the widest receiver. Here's a snap as Boston Baker is being flushed out of the pocket, pointing downfield, wanting to go, and he is pushed out of bounds right back around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard there, as he's going to be spotted at the 41-yard line, so he will get a gain of a yard, bringing up 3rd down and 5 for this Firebird team. 57 seconds left to go. Clock has stopped as Boston Baker was pushed out of bounds. Third down and 5. Boston Baker talking to his offensive line. Here's the snap. Looking downfield, it is caught.
Look at that.
Braden Blanchard down at the 20-yard line, just at the red zone. Actually, that was Madden Brittingham once again.
On the money.
On the money. Great job beating his man. And that ball could not have been placed any more perfect by Boston Baker. A great pass, a great route there by Madden Brittingham down to the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Here's the snap. Baker looking.
Oh, boy.
As he finds Ryan Weiser. As Weiser turns a corner, gets pushed out at about the 4-yard line. A big-time gain there by Ryan Weiser out at the 5-yard line for the first down. So it's going to be first down and goal. 31 seconds left to go in this first half of play. We'll see if the Firebirds can punch it in here.
Weiser catches that ball, looks around and thinks, whoa, wait a minute.
Nobody was around.
Nobody around me.
He had green grass all around him, room to run for the gain of 15 yards there on a pass to Weiser. First down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Jumbo package once again. Direct snap to Parker Moore, and met at the line of scrimmage as he hands it off to Braylon Preston. As there's an Olathe West Owl defender right there to meet him. Timeout, Free State. We'll go ahead and take a 30 with him. 26 seconds left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds lead at 28-13. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Sometimes it's good to be very picky, like when you choose the auto repair shop that works on your car. A few months ago, a driver backed right into the passenger side of my vehicle. Luckily, I was okay, but the car was not. I needed a collision repair shop I could trust to repair my car, handle claims, and make a reservation for a loaner vehicle. I called Pearson Collision Repair, voted best of Lawrence. Turn to Pearson Collision Repair when in need, but don't tell them I said they are picky, because they like to be referred to as the auto repair experts.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Free State Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull. 26 seconds left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds up 28-13. Firebirds have second down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. They're bringing out that jumbo package once again. As here's a direct snap to Parker Moore. Parker Moore trying to find a hole up the middle, and he walks in for the touchdown. Parker Moore. And that is the third time, I believe, this game that we've seen Parker Moore score on that. Parker Moore, that jumbo package has been money for them all game. 34-13 Firebirds, 21 seconds left to go in this first half of action.
Well, you said walked in, and that is the perfect explanation, as he just kind of actually sort of almost tiptoed in.
It's hard to have a walk-in touchdown when you're running up the middle, and he certainly did that. Here's a kick from Michigan. Andrani is up, and it's good. 35-13, 21 seconds left to go in this first half of action. And like I was saying, you know, it's very rare to see a walk-in touchdown when you have an outside zone play like that.
Yeah.
But when you have that jumbo package, when you have a guy like Hiram Bayono leading the way for you, I mean, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to get a few yards. And when you're at the 5-yard line, I mean, there's no stopping it.
Yeah, and especially, you know, with a big guy like Parker Moore at 6'2", 220, I think he's listed at. So that's a big man running in there on a high school field.
That is a big man running in there for the touchdown. Parker Moore, a 6'2", 220-pound senior, a Wyoming commit, going to play middle linebacker for the Cowboys out there in Wyoming in the Mountain West Conference. 21 seconds left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds lead at 35-13.
Wyoming, isn't that where Josh Allen played?
That certainly is where Josh Allen played. So they've produced some talent out there.
There you go.
As Ishkandrani is getting ready to kick this ball. Kick is away and through the back of the end zone. Once again, 21 seconds left to go in this first half of action. Firebirds up 35-13. Owls are going to take over at the 20-yard line. And we'll see if the Owls try to pull something off here, as the Owls have 2 timeouts left. Firebirds only have 1. I don't know why the Firebirds would use their timeout in this situation, but
I would think the first play will dictate what Olathe West does.
I would say so too.
You know, if they get a big chunk, they might, take a shot.
Here's a snap, handoff to Foland as he bursts through the middle. Good for a gain of 11 yards there by Josh Foland. Up to the 31-yard line. Clock is stopped just for a moment. 16 seconds left to go until they set these chains. Clock is now winding. 12 seconds left to go in this half. As here's a snap, handoff to Foland once again up the middle. Good for a gain of about 2 yards there. Down to the 35-yard line, and the clock is going to wind. And clock's going to wind down, and that is going to. Clock was stuck at 1 second there. I didn't know if they called a timeout or not. Clock winds down, and that will conclude your first half of action. The Firebirds are up 35-13 against the Olathe West Owls in this 5 seed versus 12 seed first round of the playoffs, of the 6A KSHSAA playoffs. We'll be back with more as Craig Hershiser has a very special guest joining the show at halftime, so be sure to stay tuned for that. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
This is Brian Haney, voice of the Kansas Jayhawks. I had the best experience with Dr. Kelly Dummerth and her staff at Lawrence Dental Aesthetics. They improved my smile by 4 shades of whiteness thanks to their new Zoom whitening. The best part was, though, they're so genuinely invested in the results of their patients. I highly recommend doing what I did and trust your smile to the great people of the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry.
Top dental technology and absolutely no judgment. Learn more at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Get your home back to pristine condition with Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas. With the kids back in school, it's the perfect time for carpet cleaning. Our IICRC certified experts ensure your carpets and upholstery are free from germs and grime. Download the Neighborly app or call Rainbow Restoration at 785-371-2400 to easily connect with us and schedule your service today. Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas, because it's not done.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Kansas at highschoolofficials.com.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks?
Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCST podcast anywhere you get your podcast to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show, every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, KLWN.
For the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, here is Dr. Heck.
We have such awesome pieces here with the doctors and staff. I'm just excited and so confident that we can deliver just the best care in the best setting with comfort and anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our mission, to be a safe place for families and individuals by offering world-class anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our niche. We enjoy taking good care of people.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
KMXN Osage City, Lawrence, Topeka, 20 country hits in a row. Then and now, 92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Free State High School, where your Firebirds lead Olathe West 35-13 in the first round of Kansas State High School Activity Association playoff football. Been a great first half for the Firebirds, scoring 35 points. I believe that's their season high, and playing pretty much dominant football here. With us tonight is Steve Heffernan. Is it fair to say a longtime teacher at Free State? Is that
I think there's like 3 or 4 of us left that opened the building, so I think that's as long as you can go at Free State.
Okay, so that would be how many years?
This is year 28, if I remember correctly.
Oh my goodness, 28. Are you that old?
Yeah, I'm catching up with you, Hershiser.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm standing still, chronologically speaking. Coach Heffernan, he's been science teacher, cross-country coach, track and field coach, but this year a new role as the Stuco sponsor. Explain this. I think you mentioned to me earlier that Stuco is now a class.
Yeah, Free State's in kind of a unique situation where a lot of student councils actually hold most of their meetings and do most of their planning outside of the school day. I don't know exactly the history of it. I haven't asked yet because I didn't realize how unique it was until actually just earlier this week. But Free State's always had it as a class. I can remember quite a few years ago when they did move it into a club setting. I don't think it lasted more than a year, and then it came back to class. The thing that they do that is different is it is called a leadership class as well.
Right.
It's not just Stuco, it's leadership, and so you have an opportunity beyond a lot of Stuco typical traditional planning events to do some other things with that time.
So it's actually a class.
It is actually a class.
Okay,
yeah.
And this is your first year.
Yes, it is.
So it's a new twist on your teaching career.
It is. Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day. I said actually just today, talking with Coach Brensing from Lawrence High, and I'd mentioned that it's just a little bit different because it's like a class, but it isn't entirely just a class because of the number of social events that you end up planning. So there is no blueprint to follow. I looked for anything that would give me a little bit of guidance, and I'll be honest, I was pretty lost probably the first 10 or 12 weeks, but now I'm starting to kind of get a feel for some of the things that we can do. And the kids at the same time, the leadership rotates every year. So for them, just who are the new seniors, how are they going to lead it? And at the same time, I think I'm actually their 4th Stuco advisor in 4 years.
Okay, so advisor.
Yeah.
Not sponsor. Okay.
Well, advisor, mentor, sponsor, whatever you want to
There you go. All right. So how many kids?
There are 33 in the class right now. There's a few more seniors this year than usual, but they try to have about 7 represent the underclassmen, and then typically around 9 represent the seniors. But a few extra seniors came on board this year.
Okay. All right. Great. So give us all an idea of just what you're doing with this leadership class.
Yeah, well, in quite a few ways, trying to help the students in there, and they're a great bunch of kids. You know, they enjoy it, but we're pressing them to take on more leadership responsibility within the things that they do, sponsor and work on. One of the things we've really worked on this year is making sure they have a pretty good feel for the total building, and it's an evolving thing right now. We're developing that as we move throughout the school year, but they sometimes, and we all do it, get a little too comfortable in their own niche and their own friend group, and so we're wanting to help them develop some awareness that there's some other things we could do to involve more people, and every once in a while they come back and they're pretty excited. Some of the things we've done have pushed them to be uncomfortable and talk to different people they've never met before, and they actually come back pretty energized by it.
So I think you mentioned early in the semester that you guys put on a faculty breakfast at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we actually got into that right away. That was one of the first things we wanted to do is bring back the faculty with a little high energy, and kids bring great energy, whether they're seniors or freshmen, and they were excited about it too. I had a young man say, I think this is the most productive I've ever been in quite some time in Stuco, and he was just making pancakes, and he was just very excited to make pancakes for the staff. So we did that right out of the gate, and I think that kind of caught the faculty's attention. One of the things we do right now, though, I hadn't mentioned this to you before, but we actually developed a student council pledge, and they had to come up with it, talking about how they would constantly be aware of their peers, other folks in the building, and at the same time demonstrate high character qualities and leadership. And so that's actually been really interesting because they developed it, but they bought into it a little bit.
Ultimately, what are your goals for this group?
One of the things that we talked quite a bit about, and for me it's been a challenge too, because it's not really teaching and it's not really coaching, so it's kind of a hybrid position trying to figure out how to guide these young people. But the goal is to leave their imprint on the school, leave a footprint on the school, other than just people remembered them for some great social events. And they've actually started to do that. Some of our philosophy about making sure we're aware of all the different entities in the school the size of Free State. Some of the young men have taken that into journalism and taken it into yearbook, and they're expanding that kind of philosophy. So if we can just start down that road this year, I think that would be a great thing to do. Their goal right now is to help some kids connect at Free State who maybe don't always make an easy connection to Free State.
Nice, very good. Homecoming was a big deal.
Yes, it was.
And your Stuco kids, they're rolling that.
They're real heavily involved in it, and that's where I was just hanging on at that point because they're great kids. They're very thoughtful. They don't always plan ahead the best, and so I'm finding out things we were supposed to have done or we are doing in that given moment that I wasn't aware of. But they take care of the multiple activities, whether it's powder puff football or volleyball. One thing we pressed this year was to get out there and try to make the dance more inviting. And one thing they did do this year, and actually whether you knew it or not unintentionally, you kind of contributed to this, but you came to our son's wedding, and we had some outside games to mess around with. And so I encouraged him to do a carnival in conjunction with the dance.
Okay.
And the carnival was a big hit. A lot of kids showed up that probably usually don't come, and so they did that, and then we closed it down a little early so we can get everybody into the dance and do a little bit of that. But they did. They're very, very involved in it. They plan every step of the way and do a good job. They really do.
So they're planning, they're organizing, they're stretching themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting out of their own comfort zone and just or making a big step to just help building Free State culture.
Yeah, and also getting a little bit of PR out there, because one of the things I asked them to do this year with the parade, the homecoming parade, was to reach out to the different businesses and places that we cross by, just to give them a heads up, hey, this is what's going on that day for a little bit.
Right.
And I do not remember the name of our kind of retirement village up here, but they brought many of their residents out to watch, and they said no one had ever asked us or told us what was going on, and so it was a really neat moment, and the kids liked it quite a bit.
Community connection in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit. Cross country. Tomorrow is the state cross country meet held out at Rimrock.
Yes.
And you have how many athletes running?
We've got a full girls team back this year, and they'll have a chance to be in the top 5 someplace. If we run real well, we could be 5th. If we run real well and get a little help, we could maybe climb a little bit higher.
Okay.
Then we have a young man, Jonah Fry, representing us on the guys' side. The guys' side, we were a little down this year, but we had a really nice regional meet and came up just one spot short of making it back to the state meet again. But Jonah will do a good job representing the guys.
Wow, okay. And they have a lot of experience at Rimrock.
Yes, I mean, we kind of live there for September and October. We end up running Rimrock if we make it to state, it's 3 of our last 5 meets. If you don't, it's 2 of your last 4 meets.
Right.
But they know it. We actually start the season out there with a camp out. Go out there the second weekend in the season and have a little team practice. They do a little work. We camp overnight, and then we run back into town the next morning for a breakfast.
So you had, did you call it state prep today?
Yeah, what we did several years ago when we inherited the state meet is we opened the course up on Friday afternoons. And initially there wasn't a big turnout. It was just me out of the back of a school van handing out a few coaches packets and selling a few T-shirts. And now we have probably and the meet's bigger. Back then we had 5A and 6A at Rimrock. Now we have 3A, 5A, 6A.
Right.
And we probably see half the teams. We've got a crew out there that sells T-shirts. We blast music all day long or all afternoon long, and the kids have just a nervous excitement, and it's just a lot of fun. I know I mentioned Coach Brensing before, Kelly Barra from Free State, I ask people, hey, you want to have a day of fun? Come out here and sell T-shirts to these kids the day before.
Yeah.
And they often say it's one of the best days of their year, and it is. It's just a fantastic time just to be around young people.
And you had a great day today.
Yeah, weather helped out.
Yeah.
Weather helps out a lot. So we had fun.
Steve, I've always admired the way you build a community with your cross-country kids. And it just seems like your culture is so strong within that group. How do you do that?
It's very intentional, and for teenagers, it's not probably, well, maybe for any of us, it's probably not the easiest thing to do, but we pound a message home that the most important job you have here is to help your teammates get better.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, and you got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of them helping you get better, then we're all doing things that we want to do, and we'll accomplish more than we would just by ourselves. Good example is, I mentioned earlier that Jonah was our individual qualifier. Well, every year when we've had a situation like that, we'll have 3 or 4 of the teammates hang around and say, can I run with him this week, just so they've got someone to train with.
Wow.
Whether it's guys or girls. And it's something that we obviously want them to do and we ask them to do, but they still have to make the choice to do those things. And the other part of it is our parent group is fantastic. They help us do a lot of social things that are above and beyond. The camp out's one thing. We have team dinners every week. We do some, this one's always great and stunning to me, but we go down to Emporia for a meet, and we do a big pizza feed. At the end of it, we go to Pizza Ranch, and the kids are enthralled by fried chicken and mashed potatoes and also, dessert and pizza and all that. But our varsity often competes someplace else, and rarely do we have them miss that meet. They will ride down on the bus, they'll drive down there to cheer their teammates on and also be a part of that social event. So it's just something that kind of carries over now, but it was a message we really pushed home a lot early on, and now we still talk about it, but kids buy in. They know what it's about when they come out for cross country.
Yeah, that's a great message for your team, year in, year out. I'm getting the "you got to wrap it up" sign. So good luck tomorrow.
Hey, thank you very much.
Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
And thanks so much. And I don't know if I intruded onto your Friday night or not, but again, thanks for being here.
Oh, it's always fun to talk with you, Craig.
All right, folks. That is Steve Heffernan, the cross-country coach, Stuco advisor, and veteran science teacher at Free State High School, who does such a fantastic job year in and year out for the Firebirds. Okay, so we're going to come back pretty soon with some more Free State football, where your Firebirds are ahead of Olathe West 35-13, and we're just about to start the second half.
People are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? You get up, you get dressed, you barely have time to eat. If you're lucky, you didn't walk out without your cell phone, but you did remember the dry cleaning. In today's busy world, we may or may not have coffee on the way out the door to school or work. Thank goodness for Scotch Dry Cleaners, because Linda knows just how to put that morning smile right on my face when Billy isn't behaving in the back seat. Scotch Dry Cleaners. They are more than just cleaners. They are family. Family owned and operated. 10 locations, Lawrence and Topeka.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium right here on 92.9 The Bull, as the Firebirds are up on the Olathe West Owls 35-13, as we are getting ready to kick things off in this second half of action. I'm alongside my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser. And Craig, look, this Firebird offense has been just unstoppable with this jumbo package that they're running. What has stuck out to you in terms of the success that this offense is having?
Well, again, I'll come back to it. It's the guys up front. They're making it happen. It doesn't matter if you're running some of your conventional sets or you're running that run-heavy jumbo package. You got to have the guys up front who come up to the line of scrimmage, stick their hand on the field, and they got to make those blocks for you. And they're having a very good night tonight.
They are having a very good night tonight as well. And in terms of the quarterback play, Boston Baker has come back from his wrist injury. He played last week against Lawrence High, had 143 yards passing in that game, and in this game he's doing exceptional as well with some really good help. And Landon Leipold, he's been doing a great job being a possession receiver. Madden Brittingham has broke off a couple big ones as well, Braylon Preston. But the biggest thing that stuck out to me in this game is that jumbo package, how well it's working. They have Hiram Vayono, big nose tackle. He's in sort of at an H-back position, if you will, in that single wing that they like to run. Kevin Stewart has implemented that just within the last few weeks on this Firebird team, and it's been doing a great job and moving the ball down the field. Krobengoa has his first touchdown of the year. Parker Moore has a few touchdowns tonight, and it has been exceptional for them.
Well, the run-heavy package has been excellent. Ryan Weiser has had a good night running the football as well. As I've commented several times, I'm really happy to see that for him. Baker has a touchdown pass, and so there's been kind of a mixed bag of success here for Free State, and it's been really wonderful to see. And I have to think that the novelty of Viano in a blocking back position and Moore and Bengoa as running backs, I think that's got to inspire them a little bit, don't you think?
I think so too.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Hiram Vayono get a handoff. I think that'd be fun. As Ishkandrani is getting ready to send this kick out of the back of the end zone, presumably once again to kick off this second half of action. Ishkandrani running up to the ball. Here's the kick. It is away. And as I predicted, through the back of the end zone once again. So the Olathe West Owls are going to be starting off this second half at the 20-yard line.
Well, you mentioned Viano possibly carrying the football. Maybe the guys around me can double-check me on this, but I'm going back to the Chicago Bears, their Super Bowl season, and a guy named William Refrigerator Perry. William, right? Yeah.
William the Refrigerator Perry, yeah.
Carrying the football. He was a nose tackle. He played at Clemson? Yeah, he was a nose tackle, and they would line him up, and he'd run the football sometimes.
See, it's worked. I mean, the Bears won a Super Bowl with it, so why not the Firebirds? As the Olathe West Owls, they're going to take over at the 20-yard line, sends a man in motion. Here is the snap, the toss, and he cannot get an edge as he gets a loss of about a yard there. That was number 2, Tevin Gassaway, senior wide receiver for the Owls, being sent in motion. Actually, that was technically a pass play. As Gassaway was in motion, snap comes to Cameron Cruz, tosses it forward to Gassaway, but a loss of about a yard there.
Yeah, a little forward flip, they considered that a pass, so.
Couldn't get an edge. Great job there by the defense. And maintaining that edge, forcing him out of bounds. 19-yard line, second down 11 here. Here's a snap, toss over to Foland as Foland gets an edge, and he gets a gain of about 6 yards there. And a great job there moving downhill as well as outside. Gets a gain of about 5 yards there, I should say, bringing up 3rd down and 6 for this Olathe West Owls team. Firebirds up 35-13 as this third quarter of action is underway. 11:50 left to go. Only 10 seconds of clock have run off as both plays have gone out of bounds. Clustered of receivers over to the right side of the field. Cruz wants to look. He takes off. He gets the first down and some more. Forced out at about the 40-yard line for a gain of about 14 yards there. A good run there by Cameron Cruz. Dual threat quarterback can do it on his legs.
So 4 receivers to the right of the formation, and wide right too, and then Cruz takes the snap, sets up to pass, and runs quarterback draw to the left side of the field. A lot of yards there for the first down, so good play.
A lot of yards, a lot of room there for Cameron Cruz to be able to run. Take over to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10, sends a man in motion. Here's a snap, fakes a handoff. Cruz wants to keep it himself. He pushes forward. He's at the 50, forced out at the 47-yard line for a first down there. Goes from a 38, goes from his own 38 to the 47-yard line for the first down.
the most success that Olathe West has had tonight has been on the ground.
Yeah.
And Cruz has been a big part of that with his ability to run from the quarterback position.
He absolutely has.
Well, I say that kind of, not including the reverse pass.
Right. Gain of 14 there for Cruz as he's lined up under center. Tash tight end on the left side of the ball, sends a man in motion, turns around, handoff to Foland once again as he pushes forward for a gain of about 9 yards there. A tough run there by Josh Foland, the big running back for Olathe West. And they're short a yard of the first down, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 at the 39-yard line. They have to get to the 38 for the line to gain. Looking over to the sideline for the signal. Sort of a tight package here. We used to call that nasty in college. Sends a man in motion, gas away in motion, handoff to Foland once again as he pushes forward past the 35, down at around the 32-yard line. Another good hard run there by Foland. And Foland is hard to bring down.
He is. If you want to come up and tackle him, you better be committed because he's not going down easily.
No, he is not. He's churning those legs up the middle. Good for an Owl first down. And this is a tale of two offenses we're seeing here as this Olathe West offense couldn't get a whole lot going. They had a one drive helped by a couple penalties by the Firebirds, then one reverse pass, 39-yard reverse pass. That's why they're at 13 points now. Here's the snap. He gets the ball under the center, scrambling, trying to find an edge, and he gets a gain of about 3 yards there. Good tough run there by Cameron Cruz. Avea Hafolka there to meet him. Looks like a gain of about 2 yards there. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Owls. 9:35 left to go in this game. Clock is winding down, although I don't think it should be. I believe he got forced out of bounds. Cluster of wide receivers over to the near side. Again, that cluster of about 3 wide receivers on the inside. Here's a handoff to Foland once again, turning those legs, and he is past the 25-yard line down to the 24-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 2. And yet another tough run there by Josh Foland. His yards after contact has got to be a ton right now.
Yeah, it's impressive what he's doing. And he gets that in this case with Crow Bengoa coming up to make the tackle. But certainly yards after contact, he's doing what running backs are supposed to do. Keep your shoulders square to the field, keep your feet moving, fall forward.
Fall forward, that's exactly what he's doing. Cruz under center, hands off to Foland once again. He is met by a wall of Firebirds, but he continues to push forward for a gain of about 5 yards there. Maybe a gain of about 4 yards there, but it's good enough for an Owl first down. They're inside the red zone. Down at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 Owls. 8:17 left to go in this 3rd quarter of action. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the ball. Attached tight end on the right side as well. 1 wide receiver out to the far side, the short side. Brings the tight end in motion on a bend block. He finds a man downfield close to the sticks. That was caught by number 18, Sam Kriskowski. He was the one who caught that 39-yard reverse pass.
West going a little tempo here. As soon as the ball was spotted, they're getting lined up right away.
Yeah, they're going no huddle, getting the signals from the sideline. Looks like head coach John Wiemers is sending in those signals. 2nd down, 2 to go for the Owls. They're at the 8-yard line. Sends their tight end in motion once again. Handoff as he is met in the backfield. Blaine Larkin cannot wrap him up. He bounces back to the left side of the ball and back down around the original line to gain. That was a handoff to number 26, Eli Abels. Blaine Larkin unable to bring him down at the initial point of contact. Falls backwards. Bounces back to the left into a sea of Firebird defenders.
Larkin makes that penetration and forces the cutback. And Garrison Otis with his pursuit is there to make the tackle.
Man in motion. Under center, here's the snap. Cruz wants to run it. He changes his mind. He throws the ball, and it is a touchdown. Number 19, Josh Folan, coming out of the backfield. Cameron Cruz thought about running it, pulled it back the last second. He saw Josh Folan open, good for a Olathe West Owls touchdown, bringing the total to 35-19.
Well, nice athletic play there by Cruz as he's out on the rollout. And, you know, you got to like that. You're giving your quarterback a chance to make a play, either with his arm or with his legs. And as he almost commits to the run, but then sees the open receiver, pulls up, delivers the ball spot on for a touchdown. And it looks like West is going for 2.
Yeah, and that was a great job. I believe that was Crobin go on the pursuit towards Cameron Cruz. And it looks like they're going for 2 here. Twin receivers to the far side, sends a man in motion. He wants to find a man in the back of the end zone. He cannot find anybody. Great coverage there by the Firebirds. Pass intended for number 18, Sam Krasowski, once again. Keeping this Owls score at 19 as the Firebirds are up 35-19. 6:35 left to go in this third quarter of action. We'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Get your home back to pristine condition with Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas. With the kids back in school, it's the perfect time for carpet cleaning. Our IICRC certified experts ensure your carpets and upholstery are free from germs and grime. Download the Neighborly app or call Rainbow Restoration at 785-371-2400 to easily connect with us and schedule your service today. Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas, because it's not done until it's done right.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium as the Olathe West Owls get a 8-yard passing touchdown from Cameron Cruz to Josh Folan. Bringing the Owls total to 19 as the Firebirds are up 35-19. 6:35 left to go in this third quarter of action. As here is the kick, is a low bouncing kick into the hands of, well, Matt Brittingham wanted to take it. Goes back into the hands of Braylon Preston. He's at the 20-yard line. He is met at the 25-yard line. Wants to keep going.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and a big-time late hit there. No flags down.
There
is a flag down on the play. As there's a very late hit, and there's also a Owl player down on the field as DJ Walker. He's a senior defensive back. DJ Walker is being tended to right now by the athletic training staff for the Owls. Flag down on the play. You have to assume is for that late hit on Braylon Preston as he was hit. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Then he was hit around the 35. And we'll see what this penalty is. And I'm looking at the personal foul. Kicking team. Yeah, late hit out of bounds. So it's going to be Firebird football at, I believe, the 40. It looks like it's going to be the 42-yard line. Good field position here for the Firebirds.
So everything had gone the way Olathe West had wanted it to go. They use up some clock to get that score. And ideally for them, they would have scored earlier. But they get the score, and then they get that squib kick, and they keep the return kind of contained. And then an unnecessary personal foul on the sideline.
Yep. Here's the snap. Handoff to Weiser as he is met at the line of scrimmage. Gets a gain of about 3 yards there. I believe he got to the 45-yard line. Still inside Firebird territory. And, yeah, like you said, you know, just an unnecessary late hit. And I know Braylon Preston was still on his feet. I don't know if he knew that he was out of bounds or not, but still, that's going to come back to bite him as the Firebirds have good field position here. They're at their own 45-yard line. Second down. Here's a handoff to Weiser once again. He's met in the backfield. Gain of 0 there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
So now, Olathe West scored, you know, to cut it to 35-19. So 2 possessions, basically. But the defense made them use a lot of clock in order to do that. So now the offense has to turn around and get a 1st down so they have their hands on the football for a good remainder of this quarter. You know, just play some complementary football. If they're forced to punt, then makes it a lot easier for Olathe West.
Here's a snap. Pass over to Liam Strong. No, excuse me, that's Braylon Preston. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. Brought down at the 33-yard line. A great job there by Braylon Preston. Coming on the inside, a short pass from Baker to Preston. And Preston manages to get a big-time gain there inside Owl territory down at the 33-yard line.
I think it's at least the second time we've seen that play work for big yardage for Free State.
Here's a snap, fakes a handoff to Weiser. He finds Landon Leipold about 5 yards down the field. There's a flag down on the play.
You can't like where that flag is.
No, it looks like it might be a hold on the Firebirds. As the referees are conversing about what this penalty is. Would have been a gain of about 5 yards for Landon Leipold in the middle, but
there's that hold.
It's going to be a holding against the Firebirds, so that's going to push him back about 5 yards.
The first one of those
10 yards.
The first one of those I believe we've seen tonight from Free State, and as recently as okay, well, you and I did the 5th quarter one Wednesday night, and we spoke with the offensive line coach. We said, what would you like to see from your line? He goes, fewer holds.
Yeah.
So just as recently as then, holding had been an issue, but been pretty cleaned up since then.
Yeah, it's been a clean game so far. That's about the only hold that I've seen, you and I have either seen in this game. Here's a snap to Baker. Baker wants Preston. Preston behind the line of scrimmage, met back at the initial line of gain. He pushes forward for a gain of about 2 yards there. So that is going to bring up 2nd down and 18 for the Firebirds. Firebirds are at the 41-yard line. The line to gain is the 28-yard line. 2nd down. 3 wide receivers out to the far side of the field. Baker, here's the snap. Looking downfield, and he wants to find a man, and it is batted down by an Olathe West defender, Simba Mundava, number 1. He's a senior defensive back, 6'1", 170 pounds. Good coverage there. And I believe that was Braylon Preston, the intended receiver for the Firebirds. Third down and long.
You don't have to get it all on this play, but you do need a chunk of it to give yourself a shot on 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 18. Sends Landon Leipold in motion. Here's a snap. Looking downfield, and it is overthrown. Pass intended for Liam Stromberg down the sideline. Not quite to the line of gain as well, but pass is overthrown, bringing down 4th down and 18 for the Firebirds. At their own 41-yard line. So this is going to be a punting situation.
Yeah.
Ishkandrani, I mean, he has a leg, but, you know, in terms of a, what would this be, a 57-yarder, I don't believe. 58-yarder maybe. I don't think he has quite that leg.
Oh, boy.
And here's a snap, but
timeout.
Free State calls a timeout here. And we'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout here As the Firebirds are up 35-19, 4:12 left to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Boy, days go by on that third and long way to see the quarterback draw.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks?
Tune into Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCST podcast anywhere you get your podcast to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show, every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, KLWN.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium right here on 92.9 The Bull, as it looks like Ish Kandrani is going to be setting up for a field goal here.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, good for him. A 58-yarder. Does he have the leg? I know he's able to kick it out of the back of the end zone most of the time. Let's see if he can get this here. 58-yarder. Here's a snap. The kick is up, and it is no good. Bounces at about the 5-yard line. I don't know if that ball was tipped or not. It did not get in the air very high. But it was an attempt, and, you know, Ish Kandrani, he does have quite the leg. We've seen his leg be put to use, but a 58-yarder. It winds up falling short.
Yeah, I'm with you. I couldn't tell if it had been tipped or not. I do know this, that did not look like one of his best efforts.
No, it did not. So, yeah, that makes me wonder, was it tipped? Or maybe a bad hold, maybe just bad contact with the ball. Who knows? But being able to put a 58-yarder on your highlight film certainly wouldn't hurt Ish Kandrani. Owls take over at the 20-yard line, 35-19. Firebirds are leading, 4:08 left to go in this third quarter of action. Twins to the far side, one single receiver to the near side, attached tight end on the left side, sends the attached tight end in motion. Here's a handoff to Foland once again, met in the middle. Gain of about 1 yard there. Sorry, that is not Foland. I believe that was Eli Abels on the attempt. Gain of about a half a yard there. We'll call it a yard. Why not?
Well, I saw number 8, Parker Moore, on the tackle, but somebody got there first. I think it was Viano.
Hiram Viano doing a great job kind of mucking it up there in the middle. He's done a great job of that all year. Noted fullback, H-back Hiram Viano.
Yeah.
Here's a snap, pass downfield, overthrown. The intended receiver, number 18 for the Owls, Sam Kriskowski. As Kriskowski did manage to stack his man over there on the outside. That was number 4, Justice McAleese for the Firebirds. Able to stack his man, beat his man deep, just Cameron Cruz not able to get the ball to him. So that brings up 3rd down and a long 9 here. Call it 3rd down and 9.5. And it looks like the Olathe West Owls are going to be calling their first timeout of the second half of action. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. 3:26 left to go in the third quarter. Firebirds up 35-19. 3rd down and 9. And if you're the Firebirds, Craig, what are you thinking they might go here? We saw what they came out in. Looked like they had an attached tight end, sort of a bigger front right there. I guess what's going through the mind of this Free State defense?
Well, I think, number one, Olathe West playbook is pretty shut down here. This down and distance from this spot on the field, I mean, they're snapping the ball from the 21, so it's not like they can be real reckless with the football. So, I think basically you got to go with your base defense, and everybody has to execute their position, remain assignment sound. But, and I'm going to throw in the wild card here, actually West may feel like they don't have much to lose.
Yeah.
So they might come out with some kind of trick play even this deep in their own territory.
That's true. We saw a trick play earlier that they wound up scoring on. Madden Brittingham is out there at cornerback right now, as well as number 25 for the Firebirds. Josiah Smith, Noah Rupp back at the safety position. They got 5 men in the secondary here expecting a pass. Here's a snap. Cruz wants to run it himself. He's at the 30-yard line, puts his shoulder down, meets a Free State defender at the line to gain.
That was Brittingham at corner. Is this the first time we've seen him at cornerback? But
I think so.
But you know what? That's a good, safe play by West. You know, they went twins to both sides. They ran vertical routes, so the secondary's all in pass coverage. So now you got your running quarterback. You can run that quarterback draw, and it turns into a first down.
Absolutely, and Madden Brittingham was met hard there by Cameron Cruz. They got the first down at the 31-yard line. Here's the snap. Pass over to Abels. Abels trying to find an edge. Parker Moore in pursuit. Puts his shoulder down as he meets Josiah Smith. Forced out of bounds by Josiah Smith for a gain of about 4 yards there. Bringing up 2nd down and 6. 2:49 left to go in this third quarter of action. 35-19. Firebirds lead. Looking over to the sideline for the signal. Looks like they're going to have 2 backs in the backfield. Excuse me, they're going to have an attached tight end here. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here's the snap. And the pass over to the far side of the field is caught by number 2. Tevin Gassaway for the first down. And a great job there. And sort of a back shoulder throw by Cameron Cruz put it exactly where Gassaway needed to catch it for the first down. They're now at the 44-yard line. Owls are driving. 1 wide receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side, 1 attached tight end. Tight end goes in motion. Here is the snap, and Laundrie is out there on the field. False start by the Olathe West Owls. That's not what they needed. They had some momentum pushing them forward, and now they're going to go back a few yards. And again, those silly mistakes, that can cost you in a game like this. They're going to go back about 5 yards. So first down and 15 for the Owls. 2:22 left to go in this game. Clock is winding down at the 39-yard line. Line to gain is the opposite 46. 3 wide receivers to the near side, empty set. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Here's the snap. Looking over the middle, it is tipped by number 15, Crow Bengoa. Good job by Crow Bengoa there, getting a hand up, deflecting that pass. Tevin Gassaway was open there. It was a good play drawn up.
Yeah, you can see Free State's defensive mindset right now. Though, you know, they're rushing 3, dropping everybody else. The linebackers are back deep. Secondary's playing off the line of scrimmage. Sometimes the far right corner's up in press, but basically it's we're not going to let anybody get behind us.
Right. Yeah.
We can't give up a big play.
You can't give up a big play here. Here's the snap. Pass over to Eli Abels as he turns the corner, finds an edge, and pushes forward for a gain of about 7 yards maybe as he's pushed out of bounds. In between the original line to gain, in between the sticks, bring up 3rd down and 9 here for this Olathe West Owls team. 3rd down and 9 once again for this Owls team. And this Lawrence Free State team, they're doing a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but the last time it was 3rd and 9. They got pressure on the quarterback, weren't able to contain him, and he pushed forward for the first down. Cluster of wide receivers in the middle on the near side here. Here's a handoff to Abels. Eli Abels sheds 1 tackler, and he is brought down by number 87, Blaine Larkin, I believe is who that was. 4th down and 5 here for the Owls. They're down 35-19. A minute 30 left to go in this third quarter. They've got to get some points here on the board. It looks like they're leaving their offense out there on the field, so they're going to have to pull their best stuff here.
Well, that was an interesting third down call, 3rd and 9 on a play.
Yeah, handoff,
not
questionable.
Really designed for big yardage.
As here's a snap and is batted down. Parker Moore, the Wyoming commit, got back into the backfield, batted that ball down for a turnover on downs. Firebirds take over at the Olathe West 49-yard line.
So they bring Moore on a blitz, and he runs in unabated. I don't believe he was even touched. And so making the right read, up in the air, deflects the pass. Free State takes over on downs. 49 inside Olathe West territory.
A great defensive stand there by the Firebirds, the Olathe West Owls. They needed to get something, and Parker Moore, without a doubt, getting back into the backfield, batting that ball down on a screen pass. Firebirds take over. Minute 03 left to go in this third quarter of action. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Here's a snap. Baker hands off to Weiser. Weiser finds a hole, bounces to the outside. He's at the... pushes past the 30-yard line. A big-time gain there by Ryan Weiser, as he gets about 22 yards on the gain, 23 yards on the gain. Fantastic job there by Weiser, as he gets down to the 26-yard line. Great job there by Weiser, being able to bounce that ball back and push forward for a big-time gain. 26-yard line, here's the snap. Baker looking, overthrown. Intended receiver was number 6, Liam Stromberg, as he beat his man downfield, number 6, Terrence Falarin. Got past his man, stacked him. Boston Baker just unable to get a hold of him. Baker with that cast on his left hand. I said earlier I didn't think he was wearing a cast. I think he just wrapped the cast to make it look like it's a part of his sleeves that he's wearing. He's wearing black sleeves, black cast on there too. Here's a snap, handoff to Weiser. Weiser wants to go up the middle. He is met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of about 1 there. Picking up 3rd down and 9. Actually, no gain on the play. And it looks like the clock is winding down. We will be entering the 4th quarter of action. We're going to pause 10 seconds for identification, and then we're going to kick it over to a break. You're listening to Lawrence Free State Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
KMXN Osage City, Lawrence, Topeka, 20 country hits in a row. Then and now, 92.9 The Bull.
Sometimes it's good to be very picky, like when you choose the auto repair shop that works on your car. A few months ago, a driver backed right into the passenger side of my vehicle. Luckily, I was okay, but the car was not. I needed a collision repair shop I could trust to repair my car, handle claims, and make a reservation for a loaner vehicle. I called Pearson Collision Repair, voted best of Lawrence. Turn to Pearson Collision Repair when in need, but don't tell them I said they are picky, because they like to be referred to as the auto repair experts.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium for Firebird football. The number 5 seed taking on the number 12 seed Olathe West. Up 35-19, we are heading into the 4th quarter of action. So the field is being flipped. Firebirds have the ball right now at the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 10 for the Firebirds. So they're going to have to get a first down here. In that jumbo package, once again, Parker Moore in the backfield. It's actually snapped to Finn Moore, and he finds Braylon Preston down the field. Gain of 9, so he's short just a yard, but a great job there by Finn Moore. Finn Moore came in for Boston Baker the last couple weeks as Boston Baker had a broken wrist. And did a great job there finding Braylon Preston down the field, and it looks like they're going to be going for it here. 4th and 1 from the 17-yard line. Jumbo package. Direct snap, Parker Moore, he finds a hole. He's going to take it in for the touchdown. Parker Moore. 17-yard rush by Parker Moore, adding to this Firebird lead 41-19 as the fourth quarter is just underway. And we've seen that time and time again. Parker Moore has found his way into the end zone, I believe, 4 times.
So they went with that formation on the previous play, but a little bit of sleight of hand by putting Finn Moore in, and now you have the pass in play, which they did for 9 yards, and maybe catching Olathe West a little off guard. Okay, yeah. And so just by the formation, and that takes advantage of Olathe West not expecting a pass. Okay, then next the formation that we're used to seeing with the guys that we're used to seeing it from, and Parker Moore takes it in for the touchdown.
Parker Moore, a 17-yard rush there. Ishkandrani's kick was up and good. That brings the Firebirds lead 42-14, 11-16 left to go in the game.
Here's something for you. So that would mean with 4 touchdowns tonight, that is Parker Moore's 10th touchdown on the season.
Wow.
And when the season started, I can guarantee you that nobody thought the middle linebacker on this team would have 10 touchdowns.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Parker Moore, a middle linebacker commit to the University of Wyoming. And he's been put in there sort of as a wildcat quarterback, and he was able to find a hole on that left side of the field, virtually untouched, running into the end zone. Once again, unbelievable that you're almost untouched running up the middle of the ball. Here's Ishkandrani's kick. It's going to go through the back of the end zone once again for the touchback, and the Olathe West Owls are going to be taken over at the 20-yard line. And yeah, to your point, I mean, look at what Parker Moore has done, not only on the defensive side of the ball, because he had a great defensive stand there.
Yes.
Against the Olathe West Owls. Olathe West, 4th and 5, drawing up a screen pass. Parker Moore gets in the back of the backfield, bats that ball down, and then he goes over on the offensive side, runs it in from 17 out.
Yep.
What an impressive athlete Parker Moore is.
What a second half of a senior football season.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Cow.
Wyoming is going to be getting one heck of a ball player, that's for sure. As the Owls are taken back over at the 20-yard line, they're going to be doing that. 4 wide receivers to the far side of the field, those 3 clustered in that slot receiver position. 1 running back. Here's a snap, low snap. Cruz wants to take it, evading.
There it is.
And there's a flag on the play.
They called the
Cruz throws it out of the out on the sideline. Flag on the play. You got to assume this is going to be a hold.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that hold happened about 3 seconds before the flag came out.
Right. As the referees, it's going to be a hold on the Owls. That's going to push them back farther into their own red zone. Not great field position here by the Owls. That's going to bring up 1st down and 20. We're going to have the ball at the, 1st down and 15 here for the Owls at the 15-yard line. Twins to each side for the Owls. As the referees are still conversing. And that is what the Owls did not need, was to be pushed back this far. Down 42-19.
I believe Coach Stewart demands a better explanation than whatever he received earlier. He's down there.
Well, I think he's looking for a 10-yard penalty.
I would think.
And it should be because it was a hold. Holds are usually 10-yard penalties. So I think Coach Kevin Stewart is wondering why it only went back 5 yards. I thought it was going to be 1st and 20, but... And even when you're inside the 20, usually it's half the distance to the end zone, but half the distance is still 10 yards.
Still 10, yeah.
So not entirely sure. And, yeah, it looks like the referees are going to be picking up that ball. Kevin Stewart was right to complain about that. That should have been a 10-yard penalty. So 1st and 20 for this Olathe West Owls team. 11-10 left to go in the game. Firebirds are up 42-19. Twins to both sides of the ball. Here's the snap. Cruz getting pressure. Parker Moore with the sack. A big-time sack there by Parker Moore, the Wyoming commit, as he takes down Cameron Cruz, pushing them farther back into Owl territory. That sack was a 7-yard sack. So that's going to bring up 2nd down, and get this, 27.
Well, he timed that up beautifully, coming off that left edge. Barely touched on that blitz, and he is in on the quarterback Cruz in just a heartbeat.
You got a play called up for a 2nd down and 27? Think they have that in their playbook?
I think you start with maybe a play for 10 or 15 yards.
I think so, too. Here's a snap. Cruz rolling out to his right, looking for somebody. He's going to throw back across his body. It's going to be, almost picked off.
Wow.
Almost picked off by number 25, Josiah Smith. There was not a wide receiver in the area either. And that would have been huge for the Firebirds there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 27.
Yeah, to roll to your right and almost get to the sideline and then throw across your body to the middle of the field. You know, if your name is Mahomes,
I think you could do that.
Or maybe a generation ago, Brett Favre, then maybe you can pull that off. But
he's watching one too many Chiefs games.
Yeah, but he's trying to make something happen for his team. So
I don't blame him.
Credit for that.
I don't blame him. 3rd and 27 here for the Owls. They're at their own 3-yard line. And there's going to be a timeout called by Olathe West. And we're going to go ahead and take it with them. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout here. We'll be back with more action. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
This is Brian Haney, voice of the Kansas Jayhawks. I had the best experience with Dr. Kelly Dummerth and her staff at Lawrence Dental Aesthetics. They improved my smile by 4 shades of whiteness thanks to their new Zoom whitening. The best part was, though, they're so genuinely invested in the results of their patients. I highly recommend doing what I did and trust your smile to the great people of the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry.
Top dental technology and absolutely no judgment. Learn more at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull, as it's 3rd down and 27 for the Olathe West Owls in this first round of the 6A KSHSAA playoffs. Free State's the 5 seed. They are hosting the 12 seed. Olathe West Owls, they played earlier in the year. Firebirds beat them 30-13 was a score. The score tonight, right now, 10-17 left to go in the game, is 42-19 Firebirds lead. The line to gain's at the 30, and the Owls are at their own 3-yard line. As here's a snap, Cruz back into his own end zone. He finds a man downfield and is out of his hands, bounces off the helmet of Tevin Gassaway.
That's a tough one there.
That was a tough one there because he would have been about 5 yards away from the first down. Instead, they're going to have to punt out of the back of their own end zone.
Got to help your quarterback.
And you do got to help your quarterback. He was open. Tevin Gassaway was open, just wasn't able to reel that one in. And that would have been a big-time play for the Owls. Instead, the Owls are going to be punting. Looks like number 91, Dylan Wyman. Here's the snap. The punt is off. Spiraling kick to Braylon Preston. He catches it at the 40-yard line. He's at the 35, the 30. He's pushing forward at the 25. Pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. There's a flag down on the field, though. A good return there by Braylon Preston, getting into Owl territory. They would have been in Owl territory anyway as he caught the ball at the Owl 40-yard line. Let's see what this flag is. As the referees are conversing about this. It was a good punt return there by Braylon Preston as he went about 18 yards. And it's going to be looks like a hold on the Firebirds. So they're going to be going back 10 yards. So they're going to be starting with the ball at the 31-yard line, surprisingly enough, because I thought the ball was spotted at the 22. So a 10-yard penalty there. 31-yard line, 1st and 10 to go for this Firebird team. About 10 minutes left to go in the game. Firebirds are up 42-19. Here's a snap, handoff to Weiser. Weiser finds a hole. He pushes forward for a gain of about 7 yards there. Good strong run there by Weiser. As there's a man down on the field right now. It's one of the offensive linemen. I believe that's number 71. Lawson Brungard was down on the field. He is up, though. And good to go.
Good
gain of 8 there for Ryan Weiser.
Yeah, good push by that line. Good run by Weiser up the middle. You know, the cherry on the sundae for Ryan Weiser tonight would be to get a touchdown.
It absolutely would be. And with this offensive line, Craig, I think you could probably get a touchdown.
You might be a little optimistic there.
Here's a snap, handoff to Weiser. Once again, he is past the first down marker and gets a little bit more as he pushes forward to the 16-yard line. Another good hard run there by Weiser.
But I appreciate the thought. Thanks.
I was being hyperbolic, trying to talk about how good this offensive line is, because this offensive line has been lights out all game. Ryan Weiser, he is one spoiled running back to have an offensive line like this.
Well, you know what? He deserves it tonight.
Absolutely he does. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, attached tight end. Here's a handoff to Ryan Weiser. Once again, he bounces it left. He's at the 10-yard line, brought down to the 10-yard line for a gain of 6 there by Ryan Weiser. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Firebirds. Inside the red zone at the 10-yard line.
Daniel just got an update of the Lawrence High game. I'm seeing here Shawnee Mission East 28, Lawrence High 7 with a minute 22 left in the 4th.
Okay, Shawnee Mission East up 28-7, a minute 22 left to go in the 4th quarter. So looks like the Chesty Lions season is going to be coming to a close here, as I believe the Chesty Lions were the 9 seed. Shawnee Mission East was the 8 seed. High snap, handoff to Weiser. Once again, he's met at the line of scrimmage, pushing forward just a little bit, probably a gain of about 2 yards there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. For the Firebirds, down to about the 8-yard line for the Firebirds. Another good hard run there by Weiser. And yeah, I mean, if you're the Firebirds here, why not try to run some clock off?
Yep.
7:25 left to go in this game.
Yeah, the objective now for the Firebirds is just to get that scoreboard to triple zeros.
Yep, triple zeros, and then on to the next.
Yep.
Winner of this game is going to be playing against Blue Valley Northwest, who played yesterday.
Yep.
That's going to be at Blue Valley Northwest.
At Northwest.
Here's a snap to Finn Moore. Finn Moore finds an edge, and he gets in for the touchdown. Finn Moore for the 8-yard rush by Finn Moore, the backup quarterback, dual threat kid. Hero of the last couple weeks after coming in for Boston Baker. Did a great job there on the 8-yard rush by Finn Moore.
You know, this Firebird team, I got to give credit to the coaches and obviously to the players as well for working through all the injuries that they had because for a while there, Baker was out, Noah Simpson was out, Weiser was out.
Yeah.
And they just had to find a way to keep playing and moving forward. And a big turning point. This is an understatement of the year, but a big turning point would be last week's game and beating Lawrence High.
Yeah.
With Baker coming back and then losing Noah in the first half. I think it was in the first half. So they really had to pull together, find something within themselves in order to continue playing. And they're playing excellent football tonight, and will be tested again next week going on the road to play at Blue Valley Northwest.
Absolutely. Ishkandrani's kick was up and good, bringing the score to 49-19. 6:59 left to go in this game. And, like I said, we were talking about this pregame, a credit to the coaches because it's very tough to beat a team not only once but twice in a season, as this Free State team played Olathe West earlier on in the year, beat them 30-13, and coming out the second time, being up by 30 points right now. 49-19 is the score. Ishkandrani's kick is up and away. It's going to be fielded and caught. Going to try to be run out.
Big gap.
As number 17 has a big gap. He's at the 25-30, brought down at the 35-yard line. That was number 17 for the Owls. Bryce Austin, he's senior wide receiver for the Owls, fielded at the 1-yard line. So a 34-yard return there by the Owls. This Owls team doesn't seem to have any quit in them. 49-19 is the score.
Boy, and that return looked like it was going to go for a lot more, but I think it was Preston White on the tackle who set the edge and then came back and made the tackle as the returner tried to turn it upfield in the gap.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Under center handoff to Tevin Gassaway. Gassaway finds an edge. He's at the 45, the 40, the 35, 30, 25, down at the 21-yard line. A fantastic run there by Tevin Gassaway. Going from the 35 all the way down to, looks like he might have stepped out at the 24-yard line. A great run there as Gassaway found the edge and just kept going.
Well, the Owls are not going quietly into the night.
No, they are not. Like I said, they still got some fight in them as there's 6:41 left to go in this game, down by 30. So we've seen crazier things happen before in the world of high school football. 24-yard line, handoff as he is met by number 32 for this Firebird team.
Same play, just coming back the other way.
Yeah, Carter Olson was the outside linebacker there for the Firebirds. On the handoff, I believe that was number 16, Mason Barnard, the motioning wide receiver on the jet sweep.
So just got the update. Final score for Lawrence High. Shawnee Mission East 28, Lawrence High 14.
All right, so the Chessie Lions season is officially over as the in-state rival of the Firebirds. As here's a handoff to Foland once again. Gets more than enough for the first down. And yeah, the Chessie Lions taking on Shawnee Mission East in that 8-9 matchup in the 6A KSHSAA playoffs. So that's going to be first down and 10 at the 10-yard line for the Owls. First down and goal. 5:41 left to go. Clock is ticking. Score right now is 49-19. Cruz under center. Sends a man in motion. Hands it off to the man in motion. Trying to find an edge as he gets up to the 5-yard line into the end zone for a touchdown. Number 16, Mason Barnard. Once again, the wide receiver jet sweep by Mason Barnard, bringing the score 49-25. And we've said it a couple times in this drive, this Owls team does not have any quit in them. Mason Barnard in for the 10-yard touchdown. As they're setting up to kick, Dylan Wyman It's kicker that's number 99, Kyle Kurth, senior kicker. The kick is up, and it is good. So that brings the score to 49-26 with 5:28 left to go in this game. Firebirds looking to advance to play Blue Valley Northwest next week in the 6A KSHSAA playoffs. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout here. You're listening to Firebird Football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Sigler Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy, is now offering COVID and influenza vaccinations for the 24-25 season at both Lawrence locations and in Lenexa. Walk-ins are welcome and no appointment is necessary. Sigler is also proud to offer on-site vaccine clinics at your business in Douglas and Johnson counties. For locations and information, call, click, or stop by to see how Sigler can take care of you. SiglerPharmacy.com. SiglerPharmacy.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Lawrence Free State Firebird Football Stadium right here on 92.9 The Bull as the Firebirds are up 49-26. Owls punch in a late touchdown. They missed an extra point, and then they missed a 2-point conversion. Here is the kick by Wyman. It is a short kick bouncing at the 24-yard line, fielded by Madden Brittingham. So the Firebirds are going to be taking over. 5:26 left to go in this first round of the 6A KSHSAA football playoffs. Taking over at the 24-yard line will be this Free State Firebird team. And now this Firebird team on offense has been lights out today.
Well, 49 points, easily their highest scoring output of the season. You know, I was looking back at some earlier scores in the year, and Free State beat Shawnee Mission East 12-3. I think in the first game of the year. What a struggle that was. But they got it going tonight.
They certainly have. Here's the snap, handoff to Weiser up the middle as he gets a gain of about 4 yards there. Ryan Weiser, I don't want to say the backup running back. Noah Simpson was getting a majority of the handoff, sort of an RBBC here, running back by committee, as we've seen a lot of Nez Lattimore Douglas throughout this season, but almost every single time it has been Ryan Weiser out there, and it looks like they are actually bringing another running back out there. It's going to be number 30, Owen Mitchell, I believe. Elijah Beckham, excuse me. Handoff to Beckham. Beckham trying to find some room over on that right side of the field. He's met by a swarm of Owls there. That's going to bring up third down and 2. So that was Elijah Beckham on the carry. Third down and 2 here for the Firebirds. .412 left to go in this game. Clock is winding down. Firebirds are up 49-26. Third down and 2. Jumbo package once again here for the Firebirds. Finn Moore and I believe Parker Moore back there. 2 quarterbacks for the snap. Direct snap to Finn Moore. Finn Moore finds a lane. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. Brought down at the 47-yard line. Good enough for a Firebird first down. Finn Moore with the carry once again. Down to the 49-yard line for the Firebirds. Clock is still winding down. 3:47 left to go in this game. And I think a couple more, maybe one more first down. And I think this Firebird team is sailing off into the sunset. They're going to be taking on Blue Valley Northwest
Coach
next
Stewart
week.
sending in several substitutes right now. He's pretty much taken the packaging off of just about every play that I think they might have.
It looks like number 19, Cooper May, is in at quarterback. He hands the ball off to the running back for a gain of about 3 yards there. Running back number 5, Ryan Weiser, And yeah, that is number 19, Cooper May. He's a junior quarterback, 5'9", 160 pounds. That's the first we've seen of Cooper May this entire year. 2:55 left to go in this game. Clock is winding. Second down, 6 to go. Excuse me, for this Firebird team. May brings Elijah Beckham in motion. High snap, handoff to Beckham. Beckham is met in the backfield for a loss of about a yard there. Maybe a loss of about a half a yard there by Beckham. Beckham, the 5'9", 150-pound wide receiver, he's a sophomore. But he's playing running back tonight as some of the younger guys are getting their chance to play in a playoff game. 2 minutes left to go in this game. Firebirds up 49-26. May bringing Beckham up. Sending Braden Blanchard in motion. High snap once again. Handoff to Beckham. Beckham finds a lane past the 40. Down at the 37-yard line. Good for a first down. Elijah Beckham, the sophomore wide receiver / running back. Great job. 36-yard line. 1:42 left to go in this game. And it's good to see some of these younger guys in there, like I said. And the way that the time works out, I believe they still have to run a couple plays. As Beckham motion again, high snap once again, handoff to Beckham. Beckham trying to find some room. He's met in the backfield for a gain of no yards. That's going to bring up second down and 10. As we are at 1 minute of action here. As the clock is winding, they're going to let the play clock wind down as well. Free State Firebirds are going to win this one 49-26.
So here's a little interesting side note. Elijah Beckham's dad, Leon Beckham, was an all Big Ten performer for Indiana.
Wow, look at that. Well, it's good to have some athletes here at Free State, as there is the last snap of the game, victory formation, the two sweetest words in all of football. As the clock is still winding down, Cooper May pointing to the stands as the Firebirds are dancing around. And they will be taking on Blue Valley Northwest next week.
Yeah, boy, look at that team. That's a happy group of guys right there.
And that's going to do it. Your Free State Firebirds win this game 49-26. They will be advancing to the second round of the 6A playoffs, taking on Blue Valley Northwest at Blue Valley Northwest, and a great all-out game by this Firebird team, firing on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball. The defense was putting up great defensive stands, led by senior Wyoming University commit Parker Moore. We'll be back with a little bit of post-game right after this. You're listening to Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks?
Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCST podcast anywhere you get your podcast to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show, every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 on our sister station, KLWN.
Sigler Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy, is now offering COVID and influenza vaccinations for the 24-25 season at both Lawrence locations and in Lenexa. Walk-ins are welcome and no appointment is necessary. Sigler is also proud to offer on-site vaccine clinics at your business in Douglas and Johnson counties. For locations and information, call, click, or stop by to see how Sigler can take care of you. SiglerPharmacy.com. SiglerPharmacy.com.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back into Free State Firebird Football Stadium as your Lawrence Free State Firebirds take down the 12 seed Olathe West 49-26. They advance into the second round of the 6A playoffs. They're going to be playing against Blue Valley Northwest. Blue Valley Northwest played yesterday, so the opponent was already known. And Craig, we saw both sides of the ball firing on all cylinders. More importantly, the offense is what stuck out to me. They're running that jumbo package as the Firebirds are all lined up right in front of the student section. A great showing by the fans, by the way. This whole home section was packed.
Yes.
But tell me a little bit more about kind of what you saw from this Firebird team coming into a game that, they already played them once before. They beat them 30-13. It's tough to beat a team 2 times in a row. What did you see? What was your favorite thing that you saw out of this Firebird team today?
Well, no complacency. Honestly, that's my favorite. The favorite thing I saw tonight. I mean, it would have been so easy to come out and play sluggishly tonight. You're coming off of a huge win against Lawrence High last week. You've already beaten Olathe West handily earlier in the season, so it would be very easy to say, okay, we got this one. But no, the leadership from the coaches and or the players, I thought was really in evidence tonight. They came out sharp. They were aggressive. That first drive we saw was just a clinic. Forced a 3-and-out right away. Defensively, Firebirds get the ball back. They score again. It was just it was good to see a pretty clean football game. They've struggled with penalties throughout the year, and it just had a handful of penalties tonight. So they kind of stayed out of their own way tonight, and so they played a relatively clean game, and we saw just about everything offensively that you'd want to see. A touchdown pass from Boston Baker, that that run heavy formation being very, very effective. So just the way that they scored with relative ease makes me wonder if they're kind of coming into their own right now. And this is what a coach likes to see. You'd like to see your team ascending as you move through the playoffs, and that may be what we're witnessing here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this team has gotten better throughout the process of this entire season. They've dealt with injuries in the past. Noah Simpson no longer going to be with the team dealing with an injury right now. Boston Baker broke his wrist, was out for a couple of weeks, decided to come back, play for his last time out here. He was riddled with injuries through his entire career. The last 2 years before this, 2 different ACL tears. This year, a broken wrist. He decided, no, what, I'm going to come back for the playoffs, and we're going to try to make a run, and that's exactly what they're doing right here. And, Craig, I got to know, a lot of really good guys stuck out to me, but I got to know, who's your player of the game?
It's Parker Moore. He scores 4 touchdowns tonight, ran the ball effectively from that special formation that Kevin put in several games ago. Had the big deflection on the 4th down play that Olathe West was trying to convert, and additionally, 2 quarterback sacks tonight, at least 1, maybe
I believe
2.
so, yeah.
And so he just had one of those nights. Everything was working, and he had a great night.
He did have a great night. Parker Moore, the Wyoming University commit for middle linebacker, doing it on both sides of the ball. All right, I think that's going to do it for us as your Free State Firebirds. They're going to be taking on Blue Valley Northwest next week in the second round of the 6A playoffs. For the final time, your final score, 49-26. Your Free State Firebirds advance in the playoffs. Thank you so much for listening. For my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser, I've been Daniel Courtwright, and thanks to our cameraman, Drew. We'll throw it back to some country music for one final time. Your final score, 49-26, Free State Firebirds. We'll see you next week for more Firebird football right here on 92.9 The Bull.